Let us play the game. Wrecked by... Can't... Wrecked by winds? No, wrecked by... Devils. Wrecked by wind devils. That's like more or less the plan here, but I mean, you can't play wind devils at level 1, can you? I'm gonna try to, I think, play wind devils as soon as possible. Wind devils, why wind devils for leveling? Well, wind devils are permanent now, and they honestly haven't really been nerfed. Also, before we actually start playing the game, let us check out real quick, just so we know what we're like looking for. The items that you can play for like Wind Devil and Storm Totem, which are like the main like caster skills we're gonna play here. There's a level 90 craftable pistol, interesting. But there's also like level 20 daggers in Forgotten Gods from Sigarius. There is the Yeti Horn, which you can get like an Act 4. And for Storm Totem there's the Ugnenborg Storm Strife from Act 5, as well as the Global Sky Effigy from, well, technically Act 1 already. And that's kind of it. Not that many items, and also they are like in conflicting slots. But still great.
You're not looking too bad for the you will.
And I think whenever I can, I'm actually gonna favor Wind Devil items over Totem items now, because maybe this is gonna be something like a new aura build. Just, well, even lazier than the past ones. Okay, how do we start? Probably with the Devouring Swarm for a bit. We could also like just wait for Promise Strike. But Devouring Swarm is kinda nice to like just clear out some zombies early as well. Why is the Sigarius Am I so bad? I don't know. Is it really that bad? It does have like additional resistance reduction. It's okay. Fangs of the Loyalist pack, let's go. I'm not playing on Fangs of Aztekar internal testing build right now, I'm playing on the public playtest 1.1.2.6, in case you're wondering. The one that everybody can play, starting like a couple days ago. Keep Pierce Res and just remove physical resistance entirely? I don't think that's a good idea, I mean, it exists for a reason. Alright. Do I like skip Promise Strike completely? And just play like Savagery and this? Is that a good idea? Like Swarm for AoE and Savagery for single target? Just for like the first boss or something like that? I don't know. Promise Strike, oh fuck. Oh my god, I miss clicking all the time. You know what, let's just do it, let's try it. They also buffed the damage on Swarm, didn't they? That's what they said. Classic Boom Rapier, yeah. Primate Strike. Yeah. If I do that, right, I might as well just like play the Barracks item here, right? Gives like bonuses to Savagery after all. I mean, you always find that, right? Like it's a guaranteed spawn, and it's always good. I wouldn't go as far to say like physical resistance is redundant. It's still gonna matter like against specific enemies like Ravager and so on. When it comes to attributes, you can just save them for now. You don't really need to allocate them. If you were to do that, keep in mind that Cunning gives you offensive ability. Physique gives you the highest amount of HP. I mean, all of them give you HP, but like Physique the most. Physique also gives you defensive ability, which well, makes it harder for you to get crit. Offensive ability makes it easier for you to hit and crit enemies. And Spirit increases the damage of all magic damage. Cunning increases the damage of all non-magic damage types, such as bleeding, physical, internal trauma, and pierce. Spirit is everything else, pretty much. What else do we have? Spirit also increases your energy regeneration, which can be very helpful in certain situations.
Good, you're
Like in
back.
certain builds.
Hi, Vic. Hi, boys.
Yo, Shazba, hello, hello, hello. They do need to buff the regen of Physique. Oh yeah, Physique also does give you regeneration, actually. That's true, I almost forgot about that. I don't know if they need to buff it. I think Physique is strong enough right now as it is, because like defensive ability is, once again, I think pretty strong. And it does give you the most HP as well. I think it's totally fine as it is. Ultimately, we're probably gonna play this as a like lightning caster, so for that, of course, Spirit would be the attribute that gives you like damage, and Physique is what you wanna use for like defenses. So we're probably gonna do like a 2-to-1 allocation maybe between like Physique and Spirit, and Cunning only whenever we actually need Cunning for like some weapons, which is probably gonna be close to never, unless you for some reason like decide to play a gun build after all. Which you can as a Shaman, like Primal Strike 200 gun is really, really good. Or like also Savagery dual wield guns with Vindicator, like with Inquisitor secondary can work. But it's not gonna be the focus of this build, so we're not gonna do that here. Which means we're pretty much never gonna put a single point in Cunning. And we try to get our offensive ability from like another source. Celestis also got their physical damage reduced. That's the neat thing. I think they didn't. Like, they don't tell us, but I think they didn't. Okay, we got some more points to allocate here. I'm gonna like pick up 1 point in Mogdrogon's Pact as I like go along this path here. And the rest just go in the bar. Make sure to always like put at least 1 point in the bar early game. Because if you like pump your skills too much early, you're gonna like run out of energy too fast. But also make sure to like pretty much always also like put 1-ish point into like any of your damage skills, otherwise your damage is gonna fall off. And then the third point can go into like either some new passive that you found, or that you got unlocked, or like, I don't know, some, well, if you feel like you need more damage, maybe like more points into the damage, or if you feel like you need more stats, more points down to the bar as well. Won't you play Pistol in the end, going for Lujigan set in the end game? I mean, maybe, yeah. Like if you go Lujigan in the very, very end game, which is obviously a very, very good set, then at that point you will definitely have at least one potion that allows you to respec your attribute points. And then you can just respec your attribute points for Lujigan gun. So I don't think that's anything of concern at this point. Milton's Cask. This is now a guaranteed drop from this guy, and it's a good helmet. I mean, obviously mostly for Soldier, but if you don't find anything better on other classes, you can also use it on any class. So some builds will just no longer be able to kill Kala now. I mean, those builds will have more armor and more HP, and maybe that also will help them. We'll see. I honestly don't know. Okay, I think after the next like Rift Gate, we're gonna head back to base, like back to those crossing, hand in the quests we have done so far. We're gonna check out the cellar below Devil's Crossing, because we do need more backspace, and doing that quest in the cellar will give us more backspace. But also we wanna respec, because I don't wanna play like Savagery or like Devouring Swarm really that much further. There, Ismail, welcome on, welcome on. And instead we're gonna pick up Wind Devil here in a second. Honestly, like, Devouring Swarm of Savagery works surprisingly well with this weapon. You don't even need to, like, wear an offhand, right? Just play whatever you... I mean, you can use this if you want to, but you don't have to. Or you could also, like, use this one instead. This one has, like, percent all damage. I guess this would be better. Because it will also, like, boost your... like, vitality and bleeding damage from the... Devouring Swarm right now, like, a little bit. I mean... doesn't matter that much, though. We're gonna go to the Slift Cave here. Because there's a shrine in here. Physique used to be the only option. I'm glad the others are now actually realistic alternatives, yeah. Physique used to be the only option, then we had like 1 or 2 patches where like Physique was actually not that great. But it wasn't because like Physique wasn't great, it was because, well, defensive ability was rather bad. And then they buffed defensive ability mechanics again, and now, well, Physique, even though unchanged compared to that patch, is like a lot more solid again. I didn't do the free shoulder anymore. I did do it sometimes. Sometimes later than in the past. Sometimes I either didn't feel like I needed it, or I even like sometimes just forgot about it. You can still go for it. I think it's still like worth taking. But yeah, it's not like that crucial, I would say. Going above like 3.2 KDA is not really worth it. Not really. Unless you can get to like, I think something like 4K. Then actually like the A starts to become like really good again. But it's like getting there is usually not worth it. Okay, we're gonna respec. Definitely this part. Whoops, I didn't wanna respect my bar. And maybe even like a couple of points of savagery. Like just put it down to like 1 point because of the weapon I have.
Stay strong.
And now I wanna see how good the Wind Devil is. Or rather, the 3 Wind Devils are. Wait, did I not fully take it out? What the hell?
Let me clear your mind of regret.
There we go. Whenever you put like a point into Wind Devil or like the secondary of Wind Devil, you will have to resummon the Wind Devils. In this case, because, well, they first of all need no energy to cast, and second of all are permanent anyway. You don't have to like worry about like any energy shenanigans, right? And you can just enjoy the free damage. And now we're basically like playing an aura build. Alright, next up we're gonna go into the cellar here. Let's go in here. And let's see how this feels. There's like one issue with them, right? Is they're like kind of lacking behind, and while they are scaling with your movement speed, I feel like they're not scaling enough with your movement speed, or like their base speed is like too slow. So this might be an experiment that kind of isn't that good, but we'll see. What you can put on your bar is like pet attack, right? Because they are technically pets, and you can like command them around, so they're like being stupid. But I think most of the time they will just like do their own thing, and there are like 3 of them, and like commanding them into like one spot is basically gonna like reduce your effective AoE. So maybe not something you want at this point. The only way to unsummon them is to like change the skill level. Yeah, or restart the game, but I mean you don't wanna do that right now at least. Guardians seem way faster. Guardians of Empyrean, you mean? Yeah, they're also like a lot deeper in the tree though. But you mean like movement speed wise? Yeah, I agree too. Like Wind Devils are kind of slow, I don't know what's wrong with them. Why are they so slow? Here we too will add new ascendancies, or they better, otherwise I would not even play the update, I think. I think Bone Chilling Cry is way too OP. Why? I personally don't think so. So let me know. I think it's too OP. Okay, the single target of Wind Devils really isn't that great, is it? I mean, not the biggest surprise here. Which is why we do have like some points in savagery still, which I think we should increase here. So we got the Wind Devils maxed out. And we are lucky and we got Stormcaller's Circlet, which also gives you more points to Wind Devil. That is some streamer luck, I guess. Oops, minus 40 bleeding, that's crazy. The Warring Swarm is more than that, right? And definitely Curse of Reality has even more. We're putting 3 points Jackal, even with Wind Devils, I think, because Jackal is just nice, like movement speed and attack speed and casting speed. It's kind of nice. What you could also do instead of like using flippin' like useless savagery, right? Is you could just be an actual caster and instead look for items that have fire damage. Like off scorching suffix. Not flat fire damage, but like fire damage suffix. Either of scorching or of celerity. But I mean, you have like of scorching here, right? This one, just buy this one. You could also like get like lightning damage actually, I guess. That will also work to like increase the damage of your Wind Devils. Or you could look for like elemental damage, which will like increase both. And we're gonna do the same thing, I think, for the offhand too. I could have like kept my Kaizoks maybe, but oh well. Maybe just like keep the one I have for now. I think that's fine too. Okay, and then we sell like anything that's not like either fire or lightning damage, I think. And now let's do the following. We put a fireball here.
What troubles you?
Remove savagery completely. Just put points in the bar so we get to like Raging Tempest next. Quicker and easier. And honestly, Monk Drogon's Pact, we don't even need this one either, right? Like, just remove everything except for Wind Devil. And now you just like play Fire Blasts and Wind Devil. That's all you need to do, I think. Like literally. If you wanna like put some polished emeralds, they're actually pretty good. So like use these emeralds. Don't use anything else, I think it's not worth it, except for maybe like, well, Searing Emperor, Chill Steel, these are good. But the rest is kinda meh.
Good, you're back. What am I? You follow the.
Also make sure you like keep some Searing Embers. I think you need to get 4 to be able to craft a like flint core bolts thingy, which is like basically Greater Fireball, which you can use at level 15 and also like once you get the Smith, which we don't have yet, but soon. So hype for Titan Quest 2. Yep. Hopefully it's gonna be great. I'm pretty hyped too. They're gonna have, well, 4 classes, not only 3 in early access now, which is nice. Like the Rogue, the Warfare Mastery, Earth, and Storm. It's pretty nice. Alright, we're looking for a second vendor here. With 3 locations where you can spawn, like one here, one up here, one here. In the meantime, pick up all silk necklaces that we find. You can trade in 3 of them for a ring, which is kind of nice if you don't find like a better ring. Still grey pants? Yeah, I don't know. Didn't find any other pants so far. Still got the shitty pants. Could use Lightning Nova skill as well, yeah, you could also do that, to be fair. I feel like every time I use Lightning Nova, maybe I can like try it out, right? Every time I play Lightning Nova, I feel like it's just worse than everything else. For some reason. Like, doesn't Fireball like literally deal more damage? I mean, it's like about the same, I guess, and also like more thematic here in this case. Yeah, maybe we play some Lightning Nova. It is more thematic after all. And it does increase the wind devil damage too. Okay, let's get the next Rift Gate now. Actually, let's just get some guaranteed shoulders first, since you guys were like mentioning it as well. Let's just get them right away. So if you go... Wait, no, you have to go back here, right? Shitty pants is a blue item? That's true, and those are the actual shitty pants. Most blue items are shitty as well, so it makes sense that like the shitty pants are a blue item too. PoE still has no pants. I don't know, I guess you don't need pants in Breaklast. Alright, over here in this dump you always get Isak's Spoders, which are shoulders, which have like some unique stats on them. And then they can like roll affixes on top. Which is kinda nice. Okay. Okay, since we're going like full... No, I think we change it a bit later. I was gonna say, since we go like full lightning, maybe I should have like gotten a thunder item instead. I don't want to change it right now though. Let's change it a bit later. It is probably more thematic and... It's a bit higher like main hand damage on this. I think like the fireball is generally like a bit better, or like I just prefer the playstyle a bit more myself, because it does give you like more range as well. But the Lightning Nova does have the benefit of giving me % lightning damage via the component, which does help the wind devils too. And it is more thematic. So we're gonna go with that. Yeah, we're also gonna go for the Totem in my earlier. Not sure if we can even like play Storm Totem by the level we get there, but we might like retract some points from the devil once we are there, right? Let's see. Respecking is fortunately rather cheap in this game, so the respec cost does increase, but as long as you don't spam it like crazy, you will never have an issue like respecking at any point. Yo Zekra, hello, hello. Any blinkers? Grim is the dawn. And hopeful is the dusk? I don't know. When is Grim Dawn 2, aka Hopeful Dusk, gonna come out? Alright, green items. I see green item, I click green item for now, maybe. Shaman until Korvac. We're gonna do, yeah, just Shaman for all of normal. Yep. Main leveling skill will just be Wind Devils and Storm Totem. This is a good Diablo channel. It's a good channel to shit on Diablo games, yes. Hey, you're welcome. Welcome, man. 3 will be neutral Twilight. Maybe.
Oh, hello.
Neutral Twilight. That seems like a... It's kind of how I felt towards like the Twilight series. Kind of neutral. It's a good Diablo-like channel, yeah, I guess that's more like it. Totem needs an Udenbog Storm Dagger, Is it Storm Dagger? Storm Dagger, yeah, I guess so. Storm Strife? Yeah.
Move along.
It does, but if you can't get it, what can you do, right? Like, you need to get to Act 5 ASAP. The thing is, I kind of want to do Forgotten Gods, though, because, like, Forgotten Gods has Sigarius's Wind Devil sword, which, well, does help a little bit, at least. It's not, like, insane, but it's like the next quick monster frequent you can get. It's kind of like at the end of Forgotten Gods, though, so, like, I don't know about quick. It's not that quick to get there. You all need to watch Magafur's build guides. True and real. Yeah, he has the best build guides for Dota. Is the new Titan Quest game kind of like Grim Dawn or more like Diablo? I mean, I think it's a Grim Dawn-like, right? I would say new Titan Quest is like a Grim Dawn-like. Which armor sets are prettier in my opinion? Prettier than what? Prettier than this shitbag right here? Probably like any. The prettiest? What are the prettiest armor sets in Grim Dawn? That's a good question actually. Like there are many like pretty armor sets in Grim Dawn, I think. Like Grimlore Games is not the creator of Grim Dawn, guys. Even though it says Grimlore in their name. But since they are called Grimlore Games, right, they obviously want they're like a Grim Dawn wannabe, right? So they obviously like wanna be like Grim Dawn, so it's a Grim Dawn-like. That's definitely how it works, right? Totally logical. Boiler set is great, that's true, yeah. It's actually like the Forgotten Gods poster set, in a way. Okay, over here in Burgage Outskirts, over here, in this various location, right? You can also like check it out in Grim Tools, right? Here you will always find Nar Balgal. He's like a guaranteed like elite spawn here. He's called the Storm Seeker, which, well, might be a hint to what he can drop. Well, not in this case, unlucky. I'm gonna go back to the, like, up to the next Rift Gate and then come back for him again. Because he can drop a totem monster frequent, which is something I want. Just get it? Yeah. True. Just get the item, right? Where's my streamer luck? Hello? Where is my streamer luck? Where did it go? Okay, how good is Flippin' Lightning Aura here for these guys? I mean, that's... Considering how tanky these are always at this point in the game, I think it's actually okay. It's doing okay. Wasn't 100% drop rate because of the changes. It is 100% drop rate for boss monster frequents, but Narbalgar is not a boss, he's an elite, right? I mean, some of the elites, like Milton Heart, also have 100% drop rate for whatever reason. But this guy doesn't. I don't know why, but I guess it's just how it is. I don't know. Maybe they forgot about him. He's just not important. He's just a Grobel. That's Grobelist, isn't it? Racist towards Grobels. Okay, I've got the portal here. Let's just reset the game. How do you reset the game? The only way is to go back to the menu and like restart the game. That's how it is. Like restart the session rather. Hallo, hallo. Welcome to Hello, hello. And now... I wanna buy a new lightning damage weapon, I think, because my current one is not lightning damage, is it?
Come see what's left of my wares.
Since chat has convinced me to play Flippin' Cracked Lodestone, at least for a bit. Charge of the Aether or Poisoned of Thunder. Why is it only this or that? Like, what the fuck? I guess we go with Poisoned of Thunder. Or what was the other one here? I mean, it's like this. Actually, this is slightly better, isn't it? Where's the item even? Hello? I am blind. Here it is. Yeah, this one has higher percent lightning damage. Yeah, that's the highest, I think. Okay, let's take this one. Okay, we're gonna crack it up with a cracked lodestone.
See you around. See anything you like?
And then sell all the other garbage. We also want to play a Stormcaller's Circlet now. Well, since I found it, right, I might as well use it. Do these have, like, movement speed? No. Unlucky. Interesting, of ferocity suffix. Green pants, let's keep those. Green pants, thunderstruck pants, okay. 190 physique, let's go. I also use crystal, I mean emeralds rather, right? Now before we go and farm the offhand again, I wanna hand in the flippin' ring. Or like hand in the necklaces for a ring. Isn't it 100% when there's only one named mob that can drop it? Well, that's the thing, there's technically more than one named mob that can drop it. It's not only Nargal Bar, but also like some other elites I think that can drop it. Which are just as named as this elite, I guess. I don't know how it works exactly, but... How do I get the black main menu? There's like a way to do it, I think. I mean, there always is a way to do it. Should be on the forum somewhere. Like if you search it on Google or like on the forums. Season 8 new lore. Kern attacks are on the rise. Kern attacks? Aren't the Kern gonna be like your friends? I mean, maybe not. Who knows? Who knows? I thought Kern is gonna be a friendly faction. Maybe not. I know it better than you. Honestly, I don't in this case. Okay, come on. He has like some effigy in his hand, but is it the right one? It looks like it could be an effigy. What? Yo, Scatterbrain, welcome on. Condan, welcome on. Did I ever do a full playthrough on the roller? The roller? Wait, what's the roller? Oh, controller? I never did a controller playthrough now. Not yet. Webcam is blurry again? What the hell? Stop trolling webcam. Focus. Is this better? We're making a Heart of the Odin Marcel build right now. Nice, nice. Oh, where's my devils? Here they are. Arcanus Necro. Where do you get your AoE from? You don't. I mean, you can use like Spear Devotion for AoE, I guess, or you could also use Siphon Souls for AoE if you really want to have more AoE. But don't you want to use like Bone Harvest anyway to like juice up your attacks? I don't know if that build uses Bone Harvest actually. If you're able to like convert Code and Vitality to Aether. Maybe not, right? Definitely you wanna... What is this? Does he not drop it anymore? Hello? They change it? What the... Doesn't look like it changed much. Well, it's not a $5,000 webcam. Maybe it's too bright. Oh god, this is way too dark. Farming Act 1, yeah. Good luck with that, right? That actually helped. Did it help now that I put it back to what it was before or not? Okay, but now the green screen is fucked. If I do it like this. Oh shit, that's way too high. Maybe I have too much light in my face. The plushie is the Gazer Man. And was a plushie you could buy at some point in the past. Was like a limited offer merch by Crate and Makeshift, I think. I don't know if they sell it again, but maybe they will at some point. Who knows? Wait, doesn't Mike still have like some lying around, or did he like give those to the winners of the some like Grim Dawn season? I don't quite remember. An actual crate plushie, perhaps? Well, if you guys wanted a crate plushie, right, you could have, like, you know, voted for it and pledged for it. But not enough people pledged for it, so it never happened. Also, he still didn't drop his offhand. Wait, did they change where the offhand drops? No way, right? Does he not drop the offhand anymore? What? Where's my John Bourbon body pillow? Yep, that's what the fans truly want. People voted for Booba. They did, but there was another poll after that, like another pledge after that for the box as well, for the crate box. But also there, like, not enough people signed up. How is it possible to have more than 55 devotion points? It's not. You saw it in one of my videos? Wait, which one? More than 55 is like not possible. Hey, we got it. Okay, and we even got a Stormcaller Spellblade. I mean, that's some RNG. Okay, anyway, we're gonna use this item. This item obviously is good, as you can tell by the stats. It also gives you, well, good stuff to Storm Totem. So, I think the second you actually get this item, you should try to get Storm Totem as well. Well, 15 points. The issue is I'm not gonna have like many points in Storm Totem right now, right? If I go all the way there. Okay, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna like put 1 point here because I have this item, and then like go all the way to Totem, and just put like as many points as I can into the Totem. When it has no plus skills to it, it just has the modifier. That's funny. Okay, and now we I think I'm gonna put the emerald for now and not use the lodestone yet. Totem, Wind Devil, summon Wind Devils, and then place down totems all the way. There wasn't enough interest for Basilica plushie. Yeah, not enough people bought that one, no. So they couldn't fund it. And it kinda looked not that great, I think, as well, actually. Not enough booba. Actually, I don't know, there was like... I would say it didn't turn out that well. Maybe like Basilica is not the right design to be a plushie after all. It could be like a better body pillow maybe. I don't even know why we're talking about this. Okay. What? Beginner dual wield reaper. Let's check it out. Dual wield reaper, grandma. So you're talking, I guess, about like the last like Grim Tools link that I had in that video, and then like these devotions here. I mean, I only have 55 devotions, as you can see here. What's the issue? I had 5 more points to place into Leviathan. Well, you probably check out if you have like the same affinity here on the left. If you don't, then you probably have like some devotion somewhere that you didn't respec yet. Like maybe you haven't like removed some crossroads yet, or maybe you haven't removed like some of the other devotions yet. Like these are only 55 devotions. There's not like an additional devotion here. Whenever you try to copy a page like this, try to put the tier 3 devotion last. Right? Like put Leviathan last. Put everything else first and Leviathan last. Or also like put the Amatok of Winter points last, because like anything that doesn't give you any completion bonuses obviously doesn't help you to like get to where you want to be. So complete everything else except for Amatok and Leviathan first, and then respec everything that I don't have here, and then get Amatok and Leviathan. Because some devotions might seem inaccessible for you, like inaccessible for you at first, which will make you spec into like certain other devotions that I don't have at first. But then you can spec out of them again, right? To like, well, sustain your points. We don't have leech or like any regen right now, do we? We just have pots, nothing else. So we gotta actually be like careful with the poison on the ground here. I usually don't go here, but I want to check out the new modifier on the weapon here. This guy. This is Grundlepluff, yeah. Grundlepluff has a new like field command modifier on... I should like put on totems, what am I doing? Should... and I want to check out like what it does, right? Or it's a field command modifier. Let's see here. Hello? Here it is. So it now has a modifier to field command which gives you vitality damage, physical to vitality conversion, 50%, so you need like 2 to get full conversion, or like 1 and then like additional affixes and like components, I guess. And you also get leech to field command. And you also had already like leech and vitality damage to fighting spirit. Yeah, this is pretty decently solid now, I think, for like vitality death knight. Like this combined with some other stuff is pretty juicy, right? It's a huge buff indeed, yeah. Maybe like a Witz Grundlepluff Death Knight is an interesting beginner build now. Who knows? Certainly a lot better than before. Dual wield Death Knight meta, yeah. It's pretty solid, I think, yeah. What are you guys talking about? Like life-sized Logorian latex plushie? What? Life-sized latex Logorian with usable... Oh my god. We'll have a pretty sizable customer base. What the fuck, Magic? Welcome and walk in. Maybe an action figure instead of a plushie would be better for Basilla. Yeah, there certainly are certain action figures that probably would make Basilla sell well. Jesus Christ, guys. Insane buff. Oh, for the character, yeah, right. Not plushie. I mean, you could still make it a plushie for people that are furries, right? Make a finger of Gardalvur plushie. Oh my god. This is the exact reason why you don't take pick requests. I would buy Grandot action figures. I'm sure you mean the normal ones, right? Right? Basilla in a jar. Okay, guys, what is this cursed playthrough? Okay, let's remove magic items. We don't need them anymore. We already have like the Stormblade, the Spellblade rather. Vitality Totem versus Lightning Totem, which one do I prefer? I think Lightning Totem is easier to, you know, like get going, because, well, this item exists, and there is not a similar weapon for like offhand for Vitality. I mean, you could play this, of course, for Vitality too, but it is objectively worse for Vitality than for Lightning. For endgame though, I think both like work pretty well. I've been a big like Ludrigan set enjoyer though, so I would also have to go with Lightning, I think, even for endgame. I mean, that said, I think Ludrigan got nerfed like a bit, and I mean, for a reason. And also Vitality sets have been buffed a bit. So, I don't know, maybe like Valgur set, Ritualist, or like Conjurer is actually like really fucking good right now. I haven't played it like in forever, so I actually don't know. You can also play Dark ones with Vitality Totem, that's true, yeah, but like Valgur is the like actual build for that, I would say. Okay, yeah, I really like looked at the patch notes at the start of the stream. I'm gonna put the video up later on YouTube as well. Dun, 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 dun. So if you play Lightning, right, obviously you wanna get to like Murmur, I mean to Widow rather, and to Rowan's Crown. Rowan's Crown is like green, blue and purple. This one green and blue, and this is green and purple. So we need like green, purple, and blue. For the blues, you could, if you don't wanna be boring, play Tsunami. Right? You could actually play this one. Are sigils buffed? They got buffed like last patch, I think, not this patch, no. 25% less experience for US citizens now? They have to like pay 25% taxes on any information coming from the EU, including my stream. Maybe, yeah. Yeah, Ring of Steel is, I think, still bugged. Xanta already knows. I already told him, I think, on Saturday. Like, when it came out to public, I mean, to internal playtest first. You Opera updated and fucked your dark mode? Monka. A non-dark mode browser is evil in 2025. Make the stream 360p for US. Yikes. Okay, actually Widow doesn't need that many blues, does it? It's only 3 blues. You could even like play Aether Fire. Well, for Aether that's good, for Lightning not so much. Okay, let's try Tsunami, right? I don't really like Tsunami that much, but let's try it, right, for once. Maybe it's gonna feel good here. You're not a third world country yet. Aren't you like a second world country now? Aren't you like part of the ex-commie bloc now? Tsunami is just way too expensive for what it does. Yeah, I think Tsunami like needs more buffs still. Like I think I got like a small buff, but I don't know. For leveling, the devotion can be fine, I think. At least in like early levels, but later on it just sucks ass. Like it's just really terrible. I don't know what to say. It's just bad. Let's go and sell some items. You read this today. MAGA equals Moscow agent governing America. I mean, I don't know. To be fair, I personally think that whatever Trump is doing, if it somehow like ends up ending the war in Ukraine earlier with like a somewhat satisfying result for all sides, I don't actually mind that personally. Because even though like giving stuff to countries that are getting stuff like by violence is terrible, war is still war, and I don't know, people suffer in war, so in a way no war is preferred to war, you know? Appeasement moment? It is kind of an appeasement moment, I guess. But I mean, nukes exist nowadays, right? They didn't exist in the past. Like when the other appeasement moment took place. I know like appeasement is not a good policy in general, but just saying, right? Just saying. Also that are kind of zero. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be like some kind of clown fiesta anyway, and they will have to like move to fucking Australia to like not die in Europe or something at some point. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. It's gonna be fun. You're gonna choose New Zealand? New Zealand is chill, yeah. Just go to where Quinn lives, right? To Wanganui. Alright.
Put it to good use.
You live in Finland? Ah. Perkele. Saatana. And Ixikaxi Kolme is like all I know. But that's like impending Satana moment. Or impending like Perkele moment, I guess. Vittu, oh yeah, right. A friend of mine actually learned Finnish and can speak some decent Finnish. It's a very interesting language. Just become isolationist like the Swiss. I mean, Austria is kind of isolationist in a way as well, to be fair. Okay, let's go. The only acceptable terms for peace would be going back to pre-2014 borders. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I would personally probably disagree, but I'm also not living there, so what can I say? I'm not the one to judge that. Thanks, Obama. Literally. Anyway, where do we go? An unfair peace carries the seeds of the next war. Is there a fair peace for the situation right now? I don't think there is. That's the problem. There's always gonna be one side that thinks it's unfair. But I mean, I guess that's how it worked in the past as well, with like literally every piece as well. I make not all pieces, but like most of them. Anyway, let's try to talk about the game a bit more, right? We are toteming it up, and we have like some points in Wind Devils. Also, we have, yeah, I mean, these items, which I guess we could like pack into a Grim Tools link real quick. What game? The Grim Tools game. Grim Tools is a game of all games. It's the real game behind the simulation that you see on the screen right now. I don't hate politics, but streams are always like a bit, maybe not the right place for politics. Yeah, there's no such thing as a fair solution to any war or peace, I think. Like, that's just wishful thinking. You gotta at some point like be realistic and accept certain things. Or, well, keep the war on forever. Unless you're a political streamer, well, yeah, I guess. Which I'm not. And I don't think I'm planned to be. I mean, who knows? Not on this channel, at least. Not on this channel, at least. Get another Stormcaller Spellblade. Can we call this a guaranteed drop by now? I don't think so, but it does show you that it's not hard to get the item, I guess. The moment one person dies or gets injured, the damage is irreparable. Yep, true. That's why the war on cancer will never end. Until cancer is eradicated. Kaiman did nothing wrong. Like, I'm talking about like actual cancer. I don't mean like cancer as a like picture of anything else. Give them Mammoth, they can have Mammoth. Yeah, nobody likes the stairs there anyway. The Ethereals can have Mammoth, right? As long as you can have the rest of the Cairn without stairs. Give the Chthonians Pod Weavery. I mean... just like banish... sorry. Just like banish Pod Weavery to the Void. Yep. Make cities flat again. Yeah. Make cities stairless again. I mean... You gotta think about like all the people like in wheelchairs, right? Stairs are very bad for people in wheelchairs. Can't have stairs anywhere. Wrecked by politics, when? I don't know if I have the time for that. I don't know if my political opinion is even like strong or interesting enough for that either. And I feel like every kind of news is like, well, corrupted in some kind of way nowadays. One way or the other. The Black Legion are poor criminals and should be put on trial. Thoughts? Should be put on trial instead of like getting recklessly murdered by the player character. I mean, maybe. But then again, who's the judge gonna be? Is there anybody that doesn't have like any like a really like negative mindset towards crony gang members? Scorp should be the judge. Let the Ravager judge over his body. Ravager is just. Praise Ravager, believe Ravager. Believe in Ravager, yep. Aren't the Black Legion like mind control slaves? Really? Aren't they? Are they mind controlled? I don't think they are like mind controlled. The only thing they're like mind controlled by is like maybe greed and power, but I mean, isn't like every second human that? Sounds like every second human real life too. Wahahaha, my true power. Totems are fucking OP, aren't they? Like, holy shit, this is fast and chill because you don't have to like do anything about this. You just chill in the back and watch him die. Krieg is just weak. And he's slightly stronger if you're an Oathkeeper, for example, because Oathkeeper is terrible, but if you are Shaman, then everything is just giga easy.
What do you want?
What do you want? Your life is forfeit. Yeah, one totem wrecks you anyway. Imagine if like enemies could like actually attack and kill totems, right? Suddenly totem builds in shambles. Okay, we have defeated Act 1. What do we do now? First of all, we do one thing, and that is called Ward Stone crafting. Why Ward Stones, you ask? Because they give you movement speed and like 5 billion resistances for like literally no reason at this point. They shouldn't be in the game at this level, but they are. So here you go. Enjoy your like insane component. Next up, we should like maybe try to get something with lightning damage. Like Amber, for example. Right? Amber can be used in melee weapons, shield, and caster offhands. And Amber gives you the Empowered Lightning Nova, so basically the same thing as I'm doing right now, just, well, better. And then also there's the Hellbane's Ammo, which you can also use in your offhand, or like a gun, which, well, gives you the Electrifying Weapons buff, that gives you like more % lightning damage. It doesn't have anything to do with actual ammunition, I don't know why it has even this name, it makes no sense, but there it is, level 20. And Amber is also level 20, so we can't use any of these right now. But like in one level from now, we're gonna be able to replace the Polished Emerald here with the Hellbane's Ammo, and then whenever I have like 4 Cracked Lodestone, But I'm gonna play the Amber as well. And also on top of that, we can craft a scaled hide, for example, to increase our armor absorption, which at this point is not that important, I guess. I know, but you want to get it eventually, and it is eventually going to be like very important actually. And since our movement speed is probably, well, not quite maxed out yet actually, because we are a Shaman with no like Purifier or like Demolitionist, Inquisitor or something like that, or Berserker. We don't have like maxed out movement speed yet. However... Wait, didn't they add movement speed to Tsunami? Wait, it still has no movement speed? Holy, it's terrible. Okay, never mind, we're not playing Tsunami. I thought they added movement speed on some patch to Tsunami. I was at least dreaming that.
Farewell.
Let's get Sailor's Guide. Now we have 135% movement speed. Yo, Supernova, welcome on, welcome on. It's the point to read opinions about situation in Ukraine and how leaders of other countries present information from their people. You're Russian, by the way? Yeah. I mean, there's always like different like informations, right, on different countries. And it is always funny to me how like people in like a certain country or like in certain countries always think like only this one thing is like the correct answer, right? They never see like the other side of the medal. Like neither we in the West, I feel like, see the other side of the medal many times, nor like do people in Russia like see the other side of the medal many times as well. But there are two sides of the medal, and some sides of the medal will just never be exposed ever. Which is, well, I guess how like propaganda always has worked, and probably will always work as well in the future. But I mean, what can you do, right? If you only have like certain information, like what can you do? Anyway, we're gonna do, I think, another anti-venom salve now that I do have enough movement speed. History is written by the winners. It always is. That said, you can agree on like certain things being objectively terrible, I think, at all times. They nerfed my blade dispatch? Yeah, kinda. Physical resistance to armor change. I mean, armor is gonna be like still very good. But against certain content at least, I think the... Well, physical resistance was better, wasn't it? Actually, I just crafted this, I think, and I should have picked Eel instead of Satyrs Guide. I guess, like always. Why am I ever like not doing this? Like, this is just so good because like everything fits together with like equilibrium. You get like elemental rest, your additional movement speed, then you don't need as much movement speed anymore from Satyrs Guide. You can just like play Eel instead, just like 1 point less, and you get like pierce resistance on top, which you do need usually at this point as well. Yeah, this is just, I don't know, like these devotions are simply just like always the best for Act 1, I feel like. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure they're like literally always the best on any build at like the end of Act 1. Can you increase Totem cast speed? You can't. You can increase the placement speed with the casting speed, but you cannot increase the cast speed of the Totem itself, no. They always have like a fixed duration. Maybe not for a pet build. Yeah, maybe not for pet builds. That's true, actually. Pet builds might want like a slightly different devotion stuff, maybe. But then again, like Jackal is even great for pets, right? I think. Attack speed for pets on Jackal. Like Jackal is just insane.
The emissary.
A clear point of view. I wouldn't call my point of view a clear point of view because I think it's impossible to have a clear point of view because of the things that I just mentioned. The only clear view I think that everybody should have is that war is always terrible, no matter what kind of war it is. And the war is ideally always... I don't know. I mean, sometimes I guess it's necessary, but... Then again, did any war, like, ever help, like, the average man? I guess the war against, like... the French royalty, maybe. Wait. Like, some civil wars have, like, done a lot of things for, like, civil rights and so on. So, I mean, there are some useful wars, I guess. Okay, anyway. Let's stop talking about useful wars and actually get back to the war against Korvac. Against Korvac. So the next item I could get is Sigarius' Sacred Blade for this build, which is at the end of this act. I could also, after like talking to these guys, now go to like here and here and here. The kind of like the problem is, I think for this build there's like nothing. There sure are a lot of ants to enlist. Well, yeah, it's just welcome to Twitch, I'm sorry. Like, there aren't any items, right, until I get to Asakan Road for the Wind Devil offhand. So maybe, like, play Korvac Act first. The Wind Devil offhand also, well, conflicts with the Storm Totem offhand. So I think getting Sigarius' Blade first is better, because then you can like wear two different ones. Would be awesome if there were some more leveling items. For example, leveling an Aether, Eye Reckoning character, or Fire Retaliation range character feels pretty bad in my opinion. I mean, Fire Retaliation ranged is probably gonna always feel terrible until you get like the endgame items. Like ranged Fire Retaliation. I mean, I wouldn't mind like more Fire Retaliation monster frequency in the game that you can get early. But yeah, it's pretty fucking bad. How did the retail playthrough go? Did you give up? The problem I have is that I started it on the internal playtest, right? But the internal playtest has like, well, some kind of annoying bugs that are gonna pose some questions in chat that I don't wanna answer like every 5 minutes. So I'm not gonna play that character until they fix the bugs. Which should be soon. It's kind of like hotfix material, but still, I don't know. I mean, maybe not, who knows. For example, they have like new icons for their potions again, which the new icons look pretty cool, like way better than these ones. But yeah, there's some bugs, let's say it like that. You figured the missing point mastery after you clarified that it's not possible to have more than 55 points. I went back and checked. Turns out you had a spider devotion built as well. Yeah. Which is something that's pretty good early to mid-game, and in some situations also in end-game, and you probably use it to like get to some other devotions first, right? That's like the classic mistake. It happens a lot, so no worries. Humans are tribalistic, it's not just propaganda. Yeah, that's also true, like they wanna... There's always gonna be some kind of like us versus them, or like, well, at least like an us feeling, and then in many situations like this, like us feeling is being strengthened by being different than them, and then yeah, like tribalism happens, I guess. Can I leak some of the new components? I don't think there are new components actually. I don't think there are any new components. Yet, at least. Xantar said there will be. And maybe they're not in the game yet. Like in the playtest yet. Wait, did he really say new components? Interesting. I thought he meant that like all the old components are getting like updated, which they have already been. I don't know about like new components. They buffed Force Wave and nerfed Spam Force Wave, yeah. They're saying there are no components. Count as a leak. I mean, I only know that so far there are no new components. Maybe there are gonna be new components, I have no idea actually. Apparently like chat thinks there are new components. Which I don't think is true, but maybe it's true. Okay, Maelstrom is pretty good, so we're gonna put points on Maelstrom. Yellow weapon, yeah. I mean, it has like a thunder suffix, so it's lightning damage. Would be awesome. Wait, what? I did already read everything, okay. Dum, 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 dum. Dreaming of movement speed, yeah. Dude, how are you supposed to play Tsunami over like Sailor's Guide and Eel when it has no movement speed? Like, what the hell? Oh yeah, Stag also has armor instead of physical resistance now, right? 10% though is quite the value. It's more than Turtle even. I think what is kind of crazy is like Wraith got Fizzarest, right? Even on this now, like Fizzarest on Wraith is kind of crazy. Where's the reflect? 25% reflect reduction on Lotus is also kind of crazy, right? And then what else was good? Oh yeah, Kraken has 100 retail here and 140 retail here. Wait, they didn't split it up more than that? It's just 100% here and 140% here? That's some weird nodes. But then again, like Kraken does need it. Like two enders do need the retail buffs. Who goes partial Kraken? Yeah, I mean, maybe retail builds that don't want physical resistance, but I mean, you always want that. You could like maybe skip these two nodes, but they have like HP, which is really good now, and like AS and casting speed. So, yeah. Oh, also, what the hell am I doing? Why did I not grab the movement rune? I actually sided with these guys. Why did I side with these guys? Should have sided with Rig actually, I think. Oh well. We're gonna play Rush instead of the teleport then, that's fine too. Both are fine. Could have also, I mean, we're playing like Forgotten Gods anyway, so we're gonna be friendly with all of them very soon, and then we can also play Vanish if you want to. Like, Shadow Strike around. The Shaman is such a great class right now. It's just great. I should make like 4 different runs. Like Promise Strike run, Totem Wind Devil run, or like Totem run like this one. I guess you kind of like always play Wind Devil anyway. Unless you play Vitality, maybe then not. And then I could like do a Vitality run as well. Or like what do you do in Vit run? I think Vitality Shaman is maybe the weakest. And then you could also do Pet Shaman, of course, right? Like Briarthorn leveling is just insane. Vine leveling, like yeah, like Vitality would be like, or like Vitality Bleed would be like Devouring Swarm, Vines, and Wendigo Totem, Storm Totem maybe as well. Retail Vines when? For leveling? I don't know, is there anything useful for them for leveling? Like any item? Imagine playing Brute Force and Shaman when you can play Totem. Huh? What do you mean when you can play Totem? What? I'm curious how Fangs of Vastakarn is gonna change speed leveling. Yeah, same, to be fair. Wait, is there's some meme I forgot? What? 2 hours in Crucible? Well, good luck to try it again on this patch. Good luck with 2 hours in Crucible. What is Crucible? Oh my god. Chat is like trolling me hard today, I feel like. What are all these like 2015 memes? I can't pick up consecrated wrappings because my stash is full, like my bags are full, are you kidding me? Okay. Do I want to get like stone-faced belt maybe? I mean, not really. Which weapon would you recommend for Pierce Tactician now that Ugnenborg Bolt Thrower no longer drop the arrows Merrill? I would recommend Ugnenborg Bolt Thrower, but you have to kill Barrowholm. Also, oh yeah, semi-crazy welcome on. No more Grunt Tools, Doctor. Whenever I have like more time to actually... It will be back, let's say it like that. It will definitely be back. Not today though. It will definitely be back. We also got a off the element suffix here. Off the element suffix is like Raging Tempest stuff. That's kind of neat. That is neat. Well, if we wanted to play Promise Strike, right, we would have like the perfect weapon for that too, wouldn't we? But we're not doing that this time. Even though it is like very good, obviously, but not this time. I need greens for Widow, don't I? Like greens and purples for Widow and Rowan's Crown. So that's gonna be like a... maybe like Scottish Light Quill situation. I don't need Spider this time. I usually like play Spider a lot because of the attack speed or casting speed, but in this case we don't really need either of that. So we can just like play Quill and Scottish Light, I think. And then like grab Crown and Widow. Let's go back here. Promise Strike, Force Wave, Blackwater Cocktail, Logan, everything else trash. Oh, hang on, I did switch components, whoops. Are the new patch changes a buff or a nerf for spam Promise Strike? Well, for non-spam it's obviously a buff, right? For spam, I honestly don't know. You would have to check the numbers in-game. I need one more cracked. Okay, let's just craft one cracked. Crack it up. One cracked here, and then we have the Hellbanes here. We're also gonna like put Unholy Inscription here now for the like bleed and vitality resistances. Why are there no numbers in patch notes? Because Xantai will tell you he has better things to do. I don't know. It's sometimes I feel like you should just like hire me for patch notes. But I guess even hiring me for patch notes would mean I would need to like move to the US. Which I'm not sure I want to do right now. Okay, let's get all the shrines and things of Astakarn. I mean, in flippin' Forgotten Astakarn, right? Forgotten Gods, holy shit. One of which is over here, slightly hidden. Battered shell, okay. Battered shell. We need to craft a battered shell. How did I not get a battered shell yet? The hell? GG pays well too, just make PoE2. Forgotten City of Astakarn, yeah. Ashes of Forgotten Astakarn. The Crucible, yep. The Crucible of the Forgotten Astakarn in Ashes. Divine Divinity OST, yep. Force Wave nerfed, Soldier unplayable. Rest in peace, Soldier. You will be missed. Maybe not. I mean, you could play Blade Arc. You can play Blitz still, just like on the Warlord, for example. Internal Trauma Force Wave buffed. Well, the internal trauma part actually didn't get buffed, right? The flat damage parts got buffed. But like for non-spam. Like first and second node got buffed, right? The internal trauma part is the third node, right? I think so at least. All chats hate bald people when bald is love and beautiful. It is. I mean, it's whatever to me, like, I don't know. I don't care about bald or not bald. It's like whatever, right? Blitz Warlord still OP. I think it's still good. Not quite as OP as it used to be, like in like one patch at some point in the past, but it's still good, yeah. I also just realized I have no more energy, so maybe like let's put more points to spirit. Right. Let's just pump spirit. And also if you find ectoplasm, use ectoplasm.
Need something broken down?
Where do you put ectoplasm? Well, for example, in your helmet, or like circlet in this case. Grundawn has no bald characters? It does actually, right? I think it does. There's no like important NPCs that are bald though, but some are. Blitz has the world record still? Wait, what? Wait, when did Blitz get that record now? Thought it's like Wind Devil or... what's the other one called? Or like Bleed Trickster or something like that. Krieg Shield is worth it? What? No way. Yeah, that sounds just giga crazy. I mean, I guess you get to Krieg, right? Get the weapon and then literally skip everything in the game. With all the blitz skips that you can do. Because you don't need anything else. You just need Myth's Cask and the shield and you're done. And of course you play like Shadow Strike as a secondary, right? But like Shadow Strike itself doesn't have like good enough items early in the game to be like world record material for like a... At least not for a log run, maybe like for some other runs. They're Witchblade. Because of Curse of Fealty physical resistance reduction. Shadow Strike past Arcovia. Maybe. What will be second mastery? For now, nothing. And for the end of the stream, also nothing. And for the end of the next stream, also nothing. But if you want to play a castle like this, Arcanus is a great secondary. Inquisitor is a good secondary. Demolitionist is actually a good secondary too, I think. Oathkeeper can technically work too, but I think it's... I mean, Arcanus is like the good one for the endgame set, Lujugan set. And Vindicator is like the other great set, like Light's Defender, or also... I guess the Elementalist can also like use Light's Defender set. And when it comes to like non-set builds, there are some pretty good ones too, but I mean, I think they're pretty much the same classes as well. So it's mostly... yeah, Arcanist, Inquisitor, and Demolitionist. I mean, you always, when you do like an actual speed run, right? Like not speed leveling, but like in speed run. Like at least the normal only, like for example, Logorian speed run. You have to always play Soldier or Nightblade for Shadow Strike or Blitz. And then you can play either like those classes also for damage, or you can play like another class for like damage. But you always have to play like Shadow Strike or Blitz. Because of like how certain mechanics in the game work. You can do Vanish. I mean, you need like skips to get to Creek first, I think, fast, right? Or does Act 1 not have a single skip? Maybe Act 1 has not a single skip. Actually, it doesn't, right? Is there a single skip you can do in Act 1? I don't think there is one.
I'll give you a good price on what I've got left.
I mean... it's still gonna help like a little bit to have... to have like Shadow Strike and Blitz available to you, even without like big skips. You're still fast.
Let's take a look, shall we? Be safe.
The best Trozen build damage-wise should be Druid, yeah. Did I fuck this up? Did I? Wait. No, there is a portal here. Where am I going?
This is so weird.
It is weird indeed. Trolls and Warlock. Yeah, Trolls and Warlock needs like a considerable buff, I feel like. Isn't like Trolls and Conjurer even better than Trolls and Warlock? Like the Citadel part, I mean it used to be decent, but like they nerfed Citadel at some point. Ever since then it's kinda... Like I think Citadel is still good on like other sets maybe, or like in other builds, but not really in that one. Or even does Grim Dawn speed running? I did a couple of runs. I was like world record holder for like a couple of weeks or days at least. I don't know who does it still right now, but I mean it's not just me though, right? Like I didn't get first place by being the only player doing runs. There are more than just me. Like Illuminator did some runs, and if you go to speedrun.com, right? $120 plus. What the fuck does it not work? Wait, is the website like scuffed or something? What is this? If I check it out, right? It shows me this one. If I want to check out this one, it just like literally doesn't work. Like, what is this? Hello? Website? I don't know, it kind of seems broken right now. This worked in the past, but I don't know what's going on. There was this guy wrecked by Brotos, this other guy pecked by Protoss, and then wrecked by Brotos too. Yeah, true. True. Those are like all the people doing speedruns. Meme-mancer build that won't make you help yourself. Like you mean like a pyromancer or any caster build? The rules are kinda yak. Are they? Wait, can you still like craft whatever you want, or is it just like complete fresh start? It should be like complete fresh start, I feel like. But maybe that's like not consistent enough for them, I don't know. All blueprints unlocked. Right. They like eliminated the blueprint RNG. I mean, it doesn't eliminate like blueprint RNG, which it makes sense in a way. Yeah, you can copy paste the rules if you want to, sure. Does it even help though? Like why? Yeah, I was like wondering, like do blueprints even help? Like isn't it just the same? Like why not just remove all blueprints too? I guess like runestone and so on, you can get like runestone quicker. Does that help? Maybe the racial damage helps for like certain like damage types. Like certain bosses. Like do you get like double sanctified bone to like kill Logorian better? Like Pasa for example? Maybe. You don't have the mats for that? They are cheaper to craft now though, that's true. There's so many items in this game, what is this? There's gonna be even more. Do more speedrunning maybe? Oh yeah, these shoulders are kinda nice. Good find.
Put it to good use.
Let's take a look, shall we?
The best speedrunning build? I mean, it depends for what, right? Depends what you wanna do exactly. Why did the Vindicator win with 3k HP on the new patch? I think it was like with Wind Devils, right? Like Vindicator, Wind Devil run. Wait, did he? Wait, Vindicator. That has no Shadow Strike, no... Wait, which category? No idea. Apparently, I mean, yeah, like just killing Kaizok, then repairing the bridge used to be like what people did, which is why I'm like really surprised that like people suddenly kill Krieg to get the Krieg shield for Blitz. I mean, if you're not playing Blitz, I guess the Krieg shield is not worth it, but... I should definitely like grab the 1-pointers down here, like what am I doing? Kind of tunnel visioning a bit too much on damage, which I guess at this point in the game is also still fine, but you definitely want these nodes eventually, and even for 1-pointers right now they're pretty good. This guy is pretty lightning resistant, so it's gonna take a while to kill this guy. Dodge the Sunder. Use potion against poison damage, and also, well, try to have not complete shit poison resistance once you go here. Which is why we crafted the anti-venom salves on the belt and the boots. Dude, I wanna check out like the new The new runs, what is this? Why can't I select them? Does the website work for you guys? Why can't I see like the 1.1 the 1.2 runs? Okay, maybe like try a different browser. Holy fuck, there's like 5 billion ads on this one. Okay, it also doesn't work. What? Refreshed a couple of times until it worked. Huh. Yeah, I don't know, it just won't work for me. What is this garbage website? One point oh. Close. Close. This is patch 1.2.1.6. Same but different. I have ad blockers on my Firefox, yeah. I don't have ad blockers in like one other browser that I just tried. And usually I just use Firefox.
You're looking. Can you quarterback?
Korvarak demands you to cull the ranks. Okay, let's cull the ranks. They just like died to win doubles, that's funny. Rest in peace. The blood has been sacrificed. Well, good. You have a new... How do you have a new PC again, man? What are you doing? And you're still gonna play like Grim Dawn. And maybe Grim Dawn 1.0 and maybe some Path of Exile, which also doesn't need like... I don't know. You're gonna play Skyrim? It's another like 20-year-old game almost. Okay, not quite, but like almost 15.
Serve the three. Serve the.
With mods it will need the power. Yeah. Surely. What are you even getting? You're probably getting pre-built as well, right? To waste even more money.
Serve the.
Full pre-built.
I can see. Don't worry.
What's it gonna have?
Yes, travel. Yes,
What GPU and CPU?
I hear you've done some. I hear you've.
Do I have any guide for this build? A 5090 Ryzen 7 9800X 3D. Oh my fucking god, dude. Holy fuck. Prepare return back. Why is it cursed? Cursed like the cleansed blade of Elgaroth? Get fire insurance? Maybe that too. Are you gonna refund it like 2 hours like your Steam games? Maybe she is, yeah, who knows. Naomi is gonna make her tenants pay for it, right? She's gonna get a new PC and she's gonna make her tenants pay for it. Yep. And then people wonder why like people are enraged about like housing crisis in Germany, right? Like, oh my fucking god, dude. They can only repair it 2 times. If it breaks a 3rd time, they would have to give a new GPU. But what if the GPU like breaks in the first already, like on the first time, right? And it's irreparable the first time you send it back. Then they have to give a new GPU right away. Okay. And of course you know all the laws, right? What else would it be? If you want to be rich, like, don't use common sense, just know all the laws, right? Just know laws. It's like a better way of doing it. True. There's a dude in Burridge Village who talks a little crazy and can be killed. Is he lore relevant? Is there any secret besides the hidden path connected to him? Well, if you already found the hidden path connected to him, then I guess that's all there is. I always kept wondering as well as if there's more or not, because it does feel like there should be more, but I think there is not more than that. That's all there is, like just a path under the bridge, right? Titan Quest in 4K. I doubt like Nvidia is gonna make Titan Quest 1 4K remake. So it seems like she's paying the wrong companies. Where can you find Blood Watchers? Blood Watchers are findable in the Temple of Osir and also around the Karen docks. Those are gonna drop like the blood of the Watchers, right? They look just like any other Watchers, but actually they're like slightly different, I think, in color. Like slightly more white and the red, I think. Just very like subtle difference. Also, welcome on Robert. Welcome, welcome. Guide for like Wind Devil, Storm Totem, Shaman. I mean, I have like the Prime Strike guide, and I have like an endgame guide for like what's it called? Like Lujugan Druid, right? I don't have a Wind Devil leveling guide yet, which I guess is part of why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. Hey, good night, Knokja. Welcome. I mean, good night, good night. Why am I saying welcome? Welcome to the Dreamlands, I guess. Welcome to the world of dreams. Alright, who's this? Hello, Grandma? Who's this?
We speak at last.
Have a cold one. Thanks for the 10 Romanian bucks. Thank you so much for the support, man. I have a cold one. A cold beer, you mean, I guess? I don't think I have any in the fridge right now. It's been a while I drank some beer. But yeah. Actually, I probably will have a beer this week, because some of you guys know Scrab, right? Scraboo, the Australian Taiwanese girl that like streams some Grim Dawn every now and then. I mean, I think it's been a long time since she like streamed Grim Dawn, to be fair, or like she streamed anything. But she like used to stream a bit more every now and then. She's actually like on her Europe tour right now, and she might come to Germany soon, as in like tomorrow actually. So I guess I'm gonna have like some beer with her maybe at some point, if she has time to get to Munich and, you know, hang out a bit. Wrecked Con in Munich. Grim Dawn co-op stream. Who knows? First date stream. Got it. This guy. This guy right here. Yes, please. The Eye of Lulzuin. Alright. Grim Dawn dating sim stream. Okay. I mean, I can ask her if she wants to do a stream. Maybe she's down, who knows. But as far as I know, she has like some actual friends in like Germany and Munich and stuff like that as well that she wants to meet, so maybe there's not gonna be the time for that. Who knows? Who knows? Doesn't have friends. That's what I thought too. But she has like more friends than me, dude. Like even in fucking Germany for some reason. It's funny. I guess she's a fake streamer after all, right? Because she has like an actual social life. I'm playing a Fire Briarthorn Conjurer build. What do you think about it? I think fire like pets are pretty good, right? With certain items at least. I do think that there is a lack of like a fire visual for Briarthorn though. Isn't there? Otherwise, I think Fire Briarthorn can be pretty good. Any tips to find the legendary Stormrend axe? I've been farming totems on your Archon for months now. Well, if your Archon is strong enough to not only farm totems, but rather farm... Actually, Stormrend is a totem item, right? I guess you just farm more totems, but you need to like farm the right totem, right? Are you farming the right type of totem? Because it doesn't just drop from any totem, right? It only drops from, I believe, savage totems, if I'm not mistaken. Like, ideally farm like ancient savage totems, I think. Those should have like the highest drop chance for them. Or was it Aether totems? Wait, let's check it out actually. Stormrend, Grim Dawn totem. Oh no, it's Aether Warped, not Savage. I'm talking bullshit right here. Stormrend is dropping from Aether Warped totems, mostly. I mean, they have like a chance to like drop in other places too. But
Just
it's
the
like a
person I'm
very,
looking for.
very low drop chance in other places. Yo, Ditch Boy, thanks for the 5 gifted subs. Appreciate the support. How you doing, man? Welcome, welcome on. In Real 124, Delmontos, Corden Ballas, Warrior Ja, and Let It Forgo. Welcome on to the Bloomers. Appreciate you guys. And, well, appreciate Ditch Boy, especially. And welcome on, guys. Welcome on to the Bloomers. Have some Bloomers. Thank you so much for the support, man. So yeah, Benji, try to farm the Aether Warp totems only. That should yield the best results. Yeah, it's not like widely known, I feel like, and there aren't many pages covering that. And usually I dislike this fandom site a lot, but in this case they actually do have the information here about monster totems. That like monster totems have like specific loot that they have like a higher chance to drop for. Yeah, Warden Cellar I guess is a good place for like Aether Warped totems. Caster Shaman fun. I mean, if you want to play like totems, and honestly, like Caster Shaman is very laid back. It's almost like an aura build, I feel like, because it's, well, you put down totems and you have the Wind Devils, which are, well, a pet that follows you around, and it's like permanent now, no more like recasting Wind Devils. So it's gotten a lot more lazy than it used to be. And I mean, I'm playing this Empowered Lighting Nova on top, which you can get from Amber. But honestly, you can also like not play it and it's gonna be fine too. You can combine this with a Arcanist or Inquisitor. I think Inquisitor is gonna like probably feel like slightly stronger for leveling, because you can like get the Stormbox very early. And then like you play, well, Totem, Devils and Stormbox. That's a pretty good combination. Why the fuck is this bugged again? There we go. But of course, Arcanus is great as well, and endgame Lugigan said Arcanus is really, really good, and like Druid is really good. Or, well, you can also play Elementalist, it's a pretty nice combination too. If you actually want to play Stunjax, it's, well, also pretty good, and, well, Stunjax is probably the least laid-back version of this build, because Stunjax, to min-max the damage of Stunjax, you want to play like melee and, well, make the enemies like face tank all the projectiles, like shotgun the projectiles. But it's like another option, yeah. I could just like go back to the portal, right? What am I doing? We're working on a Mage Hunter using the Aether and Lightning build. Oh yeah, the Alagast Mage Hunter, right. Yeah, Alagast Mage Hunter kinda needs the set, right, to actually properly shine on the hybrid like damage types, because hybrid damage types in this game are, well, they can somewhat work for like all content, even like for leveling already, and or actually like more so for leveling than for endgame. But if you want them to work for endgame properly as well, then you need to have specific items, otherwise like dual damage types isn't gonna be that great, right? But Aether Lightning at least does have some decent synergy already in the devotion page. So it's not all too bad, even without the perfect items. Either way, to like actually shine you need the Alagast set, right? Without it, it's gonna be not that great. And devotions, one more devotion goes into the Scottos Light. Let's go. Ding. Yeah, let's get this part as well, the Stone Cross Pact. And I gotta go back real quick to sell anyway. Might as well do it now.
See anything you like?
If you're playing Promise Strike, this weapon is premium as well. Apart from the prefix is an acid prefix, and you really don't want to get that. You want to get a lightning prefix. Tempest of Vitality Pants. Oh, these are pretty darn good too, actually. That's a juicy find. It's gonna reduce my Aether Rest a bit though, which does suck a bit. But otherwise, they are... Of Squalls is a good suffix too. Almost as good. Okay, I think today is gonna be probably like a shorter stream because it's already kind of getting late. I'm gonna stream 3 times this week at least again. Just like last week. And also I'll try to like stream a little bit earlier next time. Today was a bit late, wasn't it? I'm not sure when I should stop. Maybe like after... Like, not after Korwak, I think, not quite, but maybe like after Cron Day, something like that. We do have to farm the Segarius' Blade first from Segarius. Here the next like big tomb that we're gonna go to. Like the main campaign tomb. You can skip this Griffin and like the area behind him if you want, unless you need like the weapon that drops from like the area behind him. Storm Revoker is a pretty good item too, especially when you're playing a Vindicator. It has like +1 to all skills and Inquisitor too. It's pretty good. And it does give you like the skills to Stonebox. Hope you get the level 94 drop. I mean, if you're doing it on ultimate, right, then the area scales to level 100 anyway. If you're trying to farm it in normal or elite, then don't do that. Like, just like don't ever do that.
Have you executed?
You should almost never farm anything on like elite or
Welcome.
normal, unless it's like a green monster frequent that you need for leveling.
See you around.
This
What? Did I not get the thing?
Do not tempt.
Right, I do have the thing. Did I click the wrong?
this is a
Wait, what? Oh, I need to walk here first?
You now isn't.
I do not know.
Oh, there we go. That was weird. There's like a trigger box here apparently, which I didn't trigger when I was standing over there on the right. Interesting.
Bask in my power.
Bask in my power.
Have a taste.
And so, he was when Dravis confronted.
And so things happened when Dravis confronted me. I gotta say, the single target damage right now, this very second, it's not bad. I mean, we're also killing stuff, but I've played builds recently where it was faster, like the Fire Strike build, for example, or like Dreeks with Eye as well. Mind rating this? Rating? We can do it after core walk, maybe. I can already see that your components are very suboptimal though. Like the component choice looks like a leveling build. Doesn't look like an endgame build. Nöddeknäckaren, welcome in, welcome in. Welcome in. That's a funny name. Welcome in, Nutcracker. Good day to you, sir. Wait, is it a Danish or Norwegian name though? Is it Danish or Norwegian from Nutcracker? I don't know actually at this very second. It feels more Danish to me, but maybe it's actually Norwegian. I speak Swedish? I do speak Swedish, yeah. Actually. Wait, you actually heard the Swedish accent on that? That's funny. I grew up like part of my life in Sweden actually. So I do speak Swedish, and thus I can understand like not all, but most Norwegian and Danish. Playing hardcore because of me? Nice, nice. I mean, hardcore is a lot of fun if you can handle the frustration of dying every now and then. At least when you're somewhat new to the game, right? You're always gonna die at some point, right? It's not about like if you're gonna die, it's about like when you're gonna die. Nötteknekker would be Norwegian. Oh yeah, right. Okay. You can't understand Swedish when you're speaking Norwegian? When you're speaking Danish, I mean? I guess you can understand. I mean, yeah, like speech is further away, but also I would say like I have like an easier time understanding Norwegian than Danish usually. Then again, like living in Germany, most of the time you, or also like traveling to Sweden, you go like via Denmark and not via like Norway, obviously. So you do pick up some more Danish as well. So I would say it's maybe like about the same for me, because with Swedish, Norwegian would be easier, but I hear a lot more Danish than I hear Norwegian. Anyway. Let's get some more items here, there we go. Kutnir, you mean Rutnik? The Rutnik gun guide? Yeah. Played that one in hardcore as well, it was super fun. Glad you enjoyed it, man. Yeah, that's good to hear. Good to hear the guide was not done for nothing. Might play this one next, the Apostate. That is an interesting build, I'll say that for sure. Okay, there is the Chosen Mask, which is insane when you're playing Vindicator or like Elementalist. I mean, Purifier actually, for like Lightning Caster. But we're not that here. On the other hand, we did find Sigaris Sacred Blade, which is very lucky in this case. I mean, Sigaris has like 2 different weapons you can drop. And sometimes he like drops 2 of the Chaos ones, sometimes 2 of the Lightning one. In this case, he like dropped 1 of each. So as long as you get like 1 of this, that's already good enough, I would say. And Obtorrent Suffix is actually pretty good too, I think. Anyway, this is what we're gonna use here. So we're gonna equip it and not to look back at any blue item ever again, I think, because blue items are gonna probably all suck compared to what I have now.
Let's take a look, shall we?
You're in Stuttgart this week? Oh, nice. I'm in Munich, actually. It's a single-class Shaman. For now it is, yeah. And it will probably be a single-class Shaman until the end of normal. Yeah, Norwegian is like a mix of Danish and Swedish, I feel like. I mean, it also makes like sense when you look at it from like a history standpoint, right? Like it was like part of Sweden at some point, part of Denmark for a longer point, I guess, or a longer period. So it makes sense. That Norwegian is basically a mix of the two. Summon your Wind Devils, so yeah, whoops, you're right about that. When I change a weapon, obviously it like shuffled around the skill points to the skill. So it did desummon the Wind Devils. Have I been to the Nürburgring yet? No. I mean, I was like close, but I didn't go on the actual like ring, and no, I wasn't there. I don't have a car that's like worth going there with anyway, so I could go there to like watch, but I do like motorsports in a way, but I would say I probably like would enjoy driving myself more than watching. So. Like, I think if I go there, I want to drive as well. So. And as long as I don't have a car that's like worth driving there. I mean, then again, you can like drive anything on the Nürburgring, I guess. Like people drive there with fucking buses, right? I could go there with anything. Disney on Ice? Wait, Disney on Ice in Munich? Okay, we got to the end of the tree, right? Which obviously means we're gonna pick up Stormcaller's Pact. But I think due to like, well, the importance of getting resistances up and also armor being strong in this game, we're gonna also like put a point in Oakskin. So we're gonna like put 1 point here, 1 point here, and probably actually like 1 point Raging Tempest from now on as well. Like 1, 1, 1. Something like that. And Virus Mighting on the ring. Yep.
It is too late.
It is too late, my chosen. Actually, I'm not even his chosen, right? Because I didn't choose Carmen's chosen. I didn't even go to Act 2 yet, so he had a different dialogue here. Oh no, we're getting smacked. Getting jumped on. Holy, chill out. Okay. This was not a fast kill, I have to say. Not really a fast kill, but still okay. Just don't get jumped on ideally, and like definitely always dodge the kidney stones that he like summons from his belly. And also definitely never stand inside like any of the fire fountains around you. Is it worth it to finish every act in normal mode? I think it is, because I try to finish everything in normal. First of all, to like unlock all the factions as soon as possible. And then second of all, well, if you're strong enough at the end of normal, if that is, you can skip elite completely, right? You can go into ultimate right away. But sometimes you're not going to be strong enough, and then you have to like do Act 1 and Elite still. You don't have to finish Act 1 to 4 anymore in Elite to unlock Ultimate, right? Ultimate will be unlocked now the second you defeat Lagorian normal already. So that's all you need to do. Is there a reason for no second class? The prime reason is that I kind of just want to like focus, like I'm pretty much doing like a series of like runs right now where I'm pretty much exploring the best / different ways you can reliably level like single classes on this current patch, like without any gear from my stash, like just pure like fresh starts, which are gonna eventually culminate hopefully in a
Little human, I will make this quick.
like a new how to level X mastery video series for YouTube, like in preparation for Frankenstein Bustakarn. And yeah, that's why I kind of like want to go like pure single class for as long as I can, really. And because I want to like give people the option to choose whichever second class they want to for like the build that I'm playing. And I mean, for this one, I would say the obvious second choices would be Arcanist, Inquisitor, and Demolitionist. I don't think Berserker is gonna change any of that for this specific build, but you could play actually Berserker 2, because there are some items that are very interesting that make the Berserker combination very interesting as well. Even though you might think like Berserker has like no lightning like support by default, it still has some very interesting stuff for lightning, I think. Alright, so the Korvac damage, just like the Primus Chosen damage, is honestly, I would say, I mean it's okay, but it's not as good as some other builds can be. Then again, I'm level 30 at Korvac, and if you go here like at a higher level and you have like better gear, then you will probably like deal some more damage to him. I don't have like any active devotion right now yet, right, do I? I don't have Elemental Storm, I don't have Arcane Bomb. And I think that resistance reduction that's missing there is probably making a pretty big difference right now, actually. Which is why, yeah, this is taking a little bit longer than usual. Korvac, fucks you! I mean, hopefully he's not gonna do that, but he is a little bit harder than usual. Isn't Inquisitor really bad for this build because of Oral Censor taking the place of Stormcross Pact? That is a thing that you have to just accept, yes. It sucks a bit that you lose the crit damage from like Stormcross Pact and the lightning damage there. But Inquisitor still is a very good support class for this, because, well, it does have like resistance reduction to Elemental at least, through Oral Censor, and it does have the Stormbox ability, which also has some really nice synergy with items that benefit both Shaman as well as Inquisitor. And also like endgame sets that also work with us, like put the two together. Like the Light's Defender set, which supports, well, Totem and Stormbox. But you're right, it is like a negative about choosing Inquisitor that you don't have the ability to use Stormcatcher's Pact anymore, really. Because you need to play Oral Censor, it's just better. Stormbox lowering the A, more crits. I mean, you do have like Stormbox lowering the A to get better crits, or like to crit more often. And also you do have the impaired aim ability from the Inquisitor tree, which also like gives you more crit damage. So Inquisitor does make you lose Stormcatcher's Pact, but it does give you like some like good like ways to crit back, so it's not like that bad, I think.
Korvac, his cult has been we must Korvac, do not
Come see what's left of my wares. Iron well spent.
To be fair, technically, you could even play Occultist, right? Like, Occultist has elemental resistance reduction on vulnerability. And there are some few items that make, like, Lightning, Conjurer, fine as well. But
See anything you like?
I would have to say that it's like a lot better when you're playing the community leagues, because the community leagues have like some items for like Lightning Conjurer Caster that give you, for example, lightning bonuses to Bloody Pox. So like if you want to play Occultist Secondary, do check out the community leagues, they're pretty good.
Greetings.
What brings you to my home?
Hang on. I need to do what here? Nothing, right? I'm done here. Okay. Let's just go towards Cronley then.
See anything you like? Put it to good use.
I was able to farm the Mograth set, and the weapon rings made a Ritualist with Nightbringer. And I'm enjoying that like crazy. Tentacles and rift portals everywhere. Yeah. Nightbringer is a lot of fun. Or like, well, the Mograth set is a lot of fun as well. It's a very fun set. I don't think the set necessarily works all too well together with the weapon, to be fair, but it's a lot of fun, that's for sure. I think the set is great and the weapon used to be insane. I think it's unfortunately maybe like slightly over nerfed, I would say, but it's obviously like usable. But then like also the weapon and the set together is a bit hard to make work. But I guess if you make it work, it's like Vitality, Wind Devil, Ritualist, something like that, right? Which sounds weird, but... Oh yeah, rate the build. Okay, let's check out the build real quick and rate the build. So this build right here. Okay, like first of all, I think most components are definitely suboptimal here. The Spirit of Vengeance augment is also suboptimal. Like you need raise Scream 3 times basically, I think. Essence of Chthon is, I would dare to say, also suboptimal. I mean, you can like play one of these if you like really feel like you have like resistance reduction problems, but usually it should just be like double Ravager's Harvest for a build like this as well. Wait, what is this build even? Okay, hang on. It's like a default attack build, isn't it? But it's playing a class that has no default attack replacer. You do have full attack speed. The Red Lord's Crony Ring of Soul Warding. Do you actually have these rings, or are these just like wishful thinking rings? Yeah, you gotta like use Shot of Baranoth skill to get a attack replacer. It looks like it's like elemental, but I mean you can play it on Vitality too, for example. You can like play it on anything if you really need. I like don't have anything else. And you do convert like elemental to Vitality here as well, so it's pretty good here actually. I think you need to play some other rings though, because these rings are A, gonna be like kind of unrealistic, and B, you kind of wanna get rings that have, I think, like Vitality resistance reduction on them, like not necessarily Void Heart maybe, but like there's another one that also has like attack speed, right? What's the name? Some 84 ring, I think it is. Signet of the Fallen. This one has attack speed and it has vitality resistance reduction. You're not gonna play 2 of them though, because the proc doesn't stack. You could play Void Heart, but it has no attack speed. It's a pretty good proc still though. There's like a blue ring as well, Curse Bearer, I think it's called. I just think to think of Inquisitor as the seal and nothing else, which wouldn't really do much for totems. Forgot the stone box. Yeah. Yeah, that's... I mean, you can play seal on totem build, but it's not that great, you're right. Because, well, you kind of don't want to stand still out too much. You can play this as well. Curse Bearer has a... I think it's like the procs, I think, like slightly better. But both are... I mean, both are good. Both are good. Whichever you have. If you don't have this ring, you can also play Void Heart, I guess. Or like play any attack speed vitality ring as well. Yeah, components are not that great. This skill is like only worth 4 points in my opinion. You can put more points in Word of Agony for better AoE. I know like some people love putting more points here as well actually now on the new patch for some reason. And I guess I can understand it, but I'm not personally the biggest fan of that. Or like, I mean, it's nice, but you need some other skills that are better maybe as well first. So Soul Harvest obviously a must-have. I think on one-handed... The thing is like they're buffing Dread now, so it might be good now. And you're using the Blood Knight set as well, which is good for the skill. And this skill kind of sucks for like one-handers, because it doesn't like use both weapons, so... Usually I would play this as like 1-1 at max, but you are using the Blood Knight set, so it's maybe like worth maxing, I don't know though. This one is gonna be like insane next patch, even more so than now, because of the HP and OA. Not converting the Aether damage might not be that great, but it is what it is. You can like 1 point those, I think, it's like worth 1 point. And then you kind of need those, either 1 point or even like max it out for like your defense. It's pretty good skill actually. You have to like kind of learn how to use it, and it's a bit annoying to use, but it is very, very good. For damage reduction, you can play Eloman, right? Or Horn of Gander actually as well, but you probably have to play Eloman because you have like points in it, 29%. This is 25% damage reduction. I mean, play whichever you want. Horn is less reduction and needs more points, but it's like nicer to apply. Eloman is a bit painful to apply. And doesn't... But it has like higher damage reduction. This skill, yeah. Siphon Souls always feels like, well, it's great on casters, but it's, as soon as you're playing something like this and you really have like insane leech, which you do, because you're A, a necromancer, and B, you're flipping using Haunted Seal on top of that. Well, you don't need this for leech ever, right? Never ever. Do you need it for AoE? I mean, maybe, but you have like 5 billion other like skills to cast first, like Word of Pain or like Bone Harvest. So with these points, you could max this out to 10, get Seal. I think Seal is a must-have for melee. And the remaining points could like maybe go back to Bone Harvest or like go into Horn of Agony, Word of Agony, or even into like Necrotic Edge. Yeah, something like this. Blood Knight on Apostate, yeah. It's I think like if... I mean, this is like one of the ways you could play Blood Knight on Apostate, but it's not the best set for Apostate, but I guess it can work. If you really want to do it, if you really want to play it. Oh, Wendigo. It's been a while I've seen Wendigo, but I guess, I mean, it's... I think it's a while I've played Vitality builds myself in general, I just realized. Yeah, I think it's fine. You have like too many blues and yellows, right? Otherwise it's fine. Because for some reason this part like doesn't seem right to me. Hang on. Okay, I mean, this, wait, do you okay, first of all, question is always for Vitality, especially melee builds, is do you convert Chaos to Vitality? The belt converts Chaos to Vitality. If you convert Chaos to Vitality on Vitality builds, oh, these gloves as well, you can actually play A-Bomb. A-Bomb is better than Hungering Void for like attack-based builds, I mean like weapon damage-based builds, if, but only if, you convert like Chaos to Vitality. Because then this arm becomes insane. Right, then you want to play this arm. You can even like play this node if you want to on top. Like this, right? Now you need less blues, I believe, and you need more green for this variant. So you could remove, I guess, Viper. And you need reds and blue, reds and greens rather. And more yellow. I mean, giant is like not good here, right? That's really bad. I guess bad is still fine. I don't like it too much on this build, but might be okay. The main problem is like getting more greens, right? Okay, maybe we do get what was it again? Like Lotus? But then we don't play Panther. And these daggers, they're axes, right? Yeah, never mind. I guess Fox is better than Raven, unless you need OA badly. You have even more leech here. Okay, but do you need more leech? Maybe like you need more OA rather than leech. I think something like this. Honestly, you could even play... I don't think Bat is that good here. Honestly, you could play Rat. I know, like, Rat, haha, it's like a poison damage devotion. It gives you Cunning and Spirit, and more Cunning and Spirit, and Poison resistance as well. Like, this node and this node are obviously, like, terrible, but, like, these two nodes are fine. And they allow you to, like, pick up this node as well, which is, like, 400 HP, 40 OA, and 80 Vitality damage. Like, DK damage, at least. Which might be better than Bat, because the proc isn't gonna work that well on this build, I think. I mean, you could put it on Word of Pain, but you already have like Wendigo's Mark as well, and the other procs. You can put this on Baronov's Fury now. And like this. You don't need any conning on this build ever, I think. You want to get your offensive ability in different ways. Zeke can drop a bit. Can like go Spirit for damage. And then the rest is components, augments, maybe like switching out some gear for like green gear instead if like stats don't work well. You need to choose components with like armor absorption. So like something like this. Living armor. Living armor. Living armor also gives you offensive ability, which you need, and then like scaled hide. I already have it here. In the helmet, you could play like prismatic diamond or Titan's plating. Here you can play bloodied crystal. Bloodied crystal for armor. Check stun res, it's already maxed. Okay, that's good. Seal of Annihilation is just the best endgame component here. Monk of Mokjogen, do you really need the movement speed? You don't, so this is not good. You can play like Space Scorch Plating to like at least try to somewhat fix your pierce resistance. Why is it so bad? Holy fuck. Oh yeah, because you were using Crowning Rings before, which fixed that for you. Yeah, maybe you have to like play one green ring or like some green pants. Like pants, one of the rings. Like this one always stays, I think, but like this ring could change. Pants could change. Boots are... Honestly, these boots are also not great, but they are decent for apostate, actually. Because they have good rolls for apostate. Interestingly enough. Actually, let's put the vitality stuff here first. Vitality damage, vitality damage. Vitality damage and ring. This is the correct one, I guess. Yeah. Reaper's pants, yeah. Why not the resistance reduction on the augments? It's like the resistance reduction on the augment that you have here is... Which one again? It's the type that's like the least important, I think, at least for vitality as well. Like you can play it, but this one, right? It's just like there's some math behind the stuff that I don't know. I don't want to like talk about it too much right now, but it's basically not that important. Like the least important resistance reduction type. This one, however, this -1 is really important. So you can like skip out or spec out one ring here, but I think you have to have at least one ring with the vitality resistance reduction. This one, it would be better if you were like using pistols for this item, but I guess it's okay.
Ah, I've been expecting you, human.
This component is good for like cunning builds, actually. But I think you probably need like resistances, like Tainted Heart, or maybe you need like energy with Arcane Spark. Shana Chief Wolf, welcome on. Thanks for Prime. Welcome on to the Bloomers. Appreciate the support. Hello, hello, hello. So maybe there's like another vitality damage item that's better than this one. Mark of Plagius. It's better in this case, isn't it? Or maybe not. Might be. This isn't Dota 2. Actually, this one still has like flat vitality here. This is 25 flat, this is 19 flat here, and it has like 50%. But this is +3 Spectral, and this is +3 Harbinger, yeah. Harbinger is better. You're losing crit and... yeah. I think... Okay, if you're not playing range, this might be better, yeah. Right, finally killed League. Feels good, man. Feels good, man, yeah. No way I'm ever gonna play that shit game ever again. I mean, I really like never was gonna play it ever again, like the last 5 years or 7 years. But you need pierce resistance, right? Like either change a ring or like you get some different affixes here. I don't know. Like these affixes are a bit very. How do you say that? Yeah, you can change pants to Reaper pants, right, if you want to. You can use these too, these are really good. Soul Harvest pants. They do have pierce resistance as well, actually. And then like affixes and you like shuffle around augments, right? There's some like way you can also like play with these pants. I'll let you figure out yourself. Vitality Conduit for Stormbox, right, that exists. I would break the set, but it's an interesting idea. I don't think it's good here, but if you want to go like more caster style, you could do that, yeah. Anyway, let's go back to the Shaman here. I was like yapping enough about this other guy. Gives minus RR. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. That is good. That is great, even. I don't think the Conduit has like flat damage on it though. And like you would lose, I think, like ranks to... Wait, do you lose ranks to like the Bone Harvest line as well from the 4-piece Blood Knight? You lose Cold Coat to Wit conversion to Bone Harvest. You lose Weapon Damage to Bone Harvest. You use the pets from the set. You use Bone Harvest plus 3 points. You lose Aether to Vitality conversion. And you lose flat damage on the Amulet. Like, yes, RR is great, and yes, Vitality Stormbox Amulet would give you that. I don't think it's gonna be good enough here, though. Like, in this case, RR is not worth it, because you're, like, losing too much flat for it. But that's why I'm saying, like, if you were a caster, though, right? If you were a caster, I think it's great. But on this build, which you just showed, which was basically, like, just pure melee attack speed based build, I don't think it's good. It would also be like another button to press, right? And every button you press means you're not attacking with your like default attacks. So it's like a DPS loss there as well on that like how do you say it? Like on that level as well. Time to die? No, actually you shouldn't kill him, but I mean, it's not a big deal. Killing a person in game is not a big deal, right? In-game, at least. Do you think it's possible to beat hardcore? I mean, if you don't die, you beat hardcore, right? Just don't die. Just don't die. Play whatever is like more fun to you, right? Like for me personally, hardcore is more fun, but if softcore is more fun for you, just play softcore. Is the Apostate good enough for hardcore? I mean, it depends like what content you want to do. I mean, I think that Apostate, as he is there, is gonna be able to do all content. For some content, you will need to play ridiculously well though, and if you don't do that, you will probably die to like specific content. But I think in the right hands, that build can do all content, yes. Like, the weapon damage is like 40k, that's pretty good for for any build, honestly. Like, 40k in Grim Tools, I mean, like, in-game it's gonna be a lot more, obviously. Like, that's a good number. And it is like, okay, like, you're not that tanky though, right? Like you have only 2k armor, you have... What's your physical resistance? 24. Honestly, 24 is like decent on the current patch because it's kind of hard to get even more than that nowadays. You have the seal that you can stand in, you have Mark of Torment, which you will have to time right against many bosses. Like Necromancer hardcore, at least like non-caster, like non-pet, where you can just like run around in circles, is not easy to play in my opinion. Like, melee Necro is probably one of the hardest, like, to play. Because if you fuck up, like, Mark of Torment and Ill Omen and so on, like, all the abilities that you have to cast, all the debuffs that you have to make sure that are on the enemy all the time, if you fuck that up, then you just die. But if you don't, then you don't die, right? At least against like Celestial bosses, right? If you want to do like just some like chill content, like I don't know, totems and skeleton key dungeons, maybe like some Shattered Realm, maybe like not the hardest Shattered Realm, then it's gonna be fine, right? Should I start with Inquisitor or Necromancer? I mean, you want to play Vitality, right? So I would probably start with Necromancer. Because, well, Necromancer is more natural for Vitality damage, right? What about Hardcore Tactician? Hardcore Tactician, I mean, works as well, yeah. I mean, any class can work for all content, in my opinion, actually. Like, any class combination, as long as you know how to build them. But this game has so many, like, ways to build characters, like, arguably even more than Path of Exile, almost. Maybe not, but, like, almost the same, I would say. So, as long as you build, like, one of the ways, and you build it in the correct way, it should be able to like do all content. I mean, not all of those builds are gonna do all content equally good, but able to do all content, I think so, yes. Blood Knight, Death Knight, like Death Knight instead, that can face tank everything. Yeah, like Death Knight version, like with Soldier instead of Inquisitor, is gonna be like a lot more face tanky, for sure. But I mean, I think the idea with that build that he showed was to play around those weapons, right? And with Blood Knight, Death Knight, you would not play with those weapons. I think the only reason you want to play that build is the weapons, right? Like otherwise there's like 5 billion other Blood Knight set builds you could play if you don't play those weapons. Yeah, you have a Grim Dawn bias, but you still think the graphics are pretty good in this game. I mean, the graphics are obviously dated, right? Like, the engine is like 20 years old, the game itself is like 10 years old. But it has a very certain, like, style, and I think within that style it looks pretty good. And it's very, like, realistic. There's like lots of, like, attention to detail and, like, pretty much every asset. And, like, once you get past the, like, initial, oh, this looks a bit older game, like, maybe, expression that hits you. Once you get past that, I think, you will notice that this game is a lot more detailed than, honestly, like, literally every other RPG out there, even. Like, maybe even more detailed than flippin', like, Diablo games, I don't know. Tin Mike, welcome in. That was my favorite build to play. I don't know. I like many different builds, honestly. I really don't like pet builds that much, but I think apart from pet builds, I kind of like all playstyles a lot. Like, I like caster, I like guns, even though they more often than not suck a bit. But I think they're working on like making them better right now. I mean, there's already like a very, very good new monster frequent performance track, for example, coming out in the next expansion that we know of, that you've seen as well on stream. And there's gonna be some more stuff as well. I don't play two-handed guns a lot. I play two-handed guns as much as I play like dual-wield guns, I think. Which is both not a lot, but I do play them both. I mean, I like dual-wield melee Nightblades a lot. They're like very, very zoomy. And it's hard to find something that's more fun than Nightblades in the end. This Nightblade is a lot of fun. But I actually do like also the shapeshifting builds and the Berserker tree that I play on stream as well a bit, right? I think shapeshifting is fun in Grim Dawn too. I know many people are gonna struggle to like the fact that the shapeshifts aren't permanent by default, and you will have to work until you get like your permanent forms. I personally don't mind playing around the cooldown, like playing around not being transformed. There are ways how you can make them like permanent. Or like quasi-permanent. Desmo Blades, Night Blades 2. I have not played them in a long time, and I also rarely played them in the past, to be fair. But I do want to check out the new buff to Phantasmal Blades, and I do want to do like a fresh start Phantasmal Blades run and see if that's like in any way or form like competitive now. Well, like competitive in a single player laid-back RPG. like fun to play and somewhat reasonably close to other like builds you can do. Let's say it like that. I also have, I think, like one endgame Demon Slayer build somewhere. I don't remember what it was. I think it was a Trickster. I'm gonna like revisit it as well, because it did catch like some interesting buffs this patch, or like interesting changes. Hydra on Demon Slayer, that's an interesting idea. I'm not sure if I like it, but it is an idea. It certainly is an idea. Hydra gives you no casting speed, right? The max movement speed would be juicy though. And I don't think you can convert the flat physical damage either, unfortunately. So speedrun, I mean, it's not a... no, not really. It's just a... I mean, I might be playing the game rather fast, because I play the game a lot. But it is a fresh start, Shaman only, just play through normal playthrough for now, to figure out what are like the best ways to level Shaman on the current patch. And also to give like not only the best ways, but also like a different, like a decent variety of leveling choices to people. Especially to those people that are like, you know, too lazy to figure out how to play this game. Which, to be fair, you don't need guides for this game really, like... I mean, for certain things you might need guides eventually, but you can definitely play this game without any guides as well, and you will most likely end up with a decent build. Probably not as good as like the ones from the guides, but it's fine. Don't need guides. Let's go back real quick, Cell. Have I played the Van Helsing RPG? I've actually not, no. I mean, I've seen some gameplay, I've seen like people recommend it to me because it was like good, or like it used to be good, I don't know. But at this point I feel like it's maybe like too old and too insignificant to be worth playing anymore. I mean, maybe this sounds harsh. And I'm sure it's a good game, but I don't know when and how I'm supposed to play that game. I guess we can play this. It's just like better armor and stuff. I do need vitality resistance badly, actually, so we are gonna use soul shards to fix vitality resistance. I only have one though right now. And I could like put a corpse dust for now here at least. Keep this, put it in the pants, and maybe like keep this and put it in the chest as well. Got a little bit lucky here with the Runeforged chest guard, right? That's kind of a nice find. Okay, let's go to Kronde. Yo, Chain Sprocket, welcome. Your favorite RPG, that's good to hear, man. I mean, same here. It is a great RPG. My favorite one, even. Alright, this might take a while, because like he's gonna put up his flippin' shield, and we don't have the best single target damage. I say that, but then he just dies. Okay. Maybe it's good enough. I mean, it's definitely good enough. Force Wave buffed? I mean, Force Wave buffed, but also Force Wave nerfed, right? Spam Force Wave nerfed, while the base skill got buffed. Which probably results in, well... cooldown Force Wave definitely buffed. But Spam Force Wave either being... I mean, probably being about the same, right, as before. I would have to check out endgame builds with Force Wave to actually properly judge that, I think. Spam nerfed, but probably still better than anything else than Soldier for leveling. I mean... probably. What are the alternatives? Blade Arc? And the Blitz with the Blitz leveling MIs? I mean, Blitz is also fine, of course, but... nerfed compared to like what it used to be at some point. But still, like, definitely viable and fine. And Blade Arc? With certain items, Blade Arc I think is really good too for leveling, like really good actually. How would I go about building around Nightbringer? Is the old guide still relevant? The old Conjurer guy that I played with it? That was like Dark One plus Nightbringer Conjurer, right? Unfortunately, I think that one got like nerfed in like several ways actually. Because like Dark One got nerfed at some point slightly. Nightbringer got nerfed very soon actually after that video already. And then on top of that, the build is like using mostly sigils I think for damage, and sigils also got nerfed. So, like triple nerfed. It's probably still like a playable build, but nowhere near as good as it used to be. Oh yeah, also like that build was for face tanking in many ways relying on like high physical resistance, and that's like a thing of the past as well. It's like quadruple nerf even. Yeah, that's might actually be like terrible for the build. Probably a build I should like revisit at some point as well to like see if it's like even usable in any way or form anymore. Or like if I can still like recommend it. I mean, you could also like try it out yourself, right? You could like still say like, whatever, I just like to play the build. I just want to play what I'm seeing. And still play it even though it's nerfed, but... it might still be good, like I have no idea honestly. It might still be good. No Aether Ray buffs, what the fuck? No Aether Ray buffs yet, yes. Is dual spec a requirement, or can you beat the endgame without double spec? You can even beat endgame without any spec. You can even play no mastery. But as you can imagine, no mastery is already a lot harder, and single mastery is also harder. Like, it is suboptimal, but it's possible. Any news on new expansion? Apart from the stuff that you've seen on my channel when it comes to like the Berserker Mastery. If you're asking about like any ETA for a restate, we don't have that yet, no. No news about that yet. Like, I cover everything they show pretty much by covering every single one of their like dev blog posts, like the Grimace Adventures, as well as well, like Xantai and me revealed the Berserker class here in my stream as well. Praxis thing, it has like Pierce Res, which is great. I'm gonna use that, I think. And then we have this Crony Ring, which also has Pierce Res, which is also great. And we did find another Soul Shard, which is also great. And then we can just sell this ring and sell the...
Let's take a look, shall we?
Pick up the Ward Stone over here as well.
Bring me back.
Cool, cool, cool. Alright, and this is what I'm playing right now, level 32.
Something interesting.
I said I was gonna stop at Kronle. I guess I go like a little bit further. We go through the Undercity, at least. Maybe finish Act 3, Act 2. Like up to Voldrak, up to like Deadman's Gulch. The different sources of slow stack? They actually don't know. As with like most debuffs. I mean, not all debuffs, but many debuffs. The highest value applies. So yeah, in that case, slow is like one of the debuff types that doesn't stack. Which most are, I think. Basically anything that doesn't have a minus before it. Like minus... Okay, if it's like minus movement speed, it would stack. But if it's reduced movement speed, it doesn't stack. It's just there's like a stackable and a unstackable version of every single debuff in this game. Which is super confusing, but that's unfortunately how it is. And I think most movement stuff that you have access to as a player, like, yeah, this one, I think, for example, like 35 slower target movement. This is like one of the unstacked, like not stackable forms for sure. You're welcome. Are there any new devotions coming with the new expansion? No. There is a lot of stuff coming with the expansion, a lot of stuff, but no new devotions, no. enjoying what you're seeing. Grim Dawn is an amazing game. If you like RPGs, if you like a bit more like maybe old school RPGs that have actually modernized themselves though. Like there's a like evade, dodge, whatever you want to call it, ability now, and they have some very neat like modern quality of life, even though the graphics are maybe like a bit dated, you could say, but they are very like very detailed actually, and I really like the style. Like all like fits together in Grim Dawn. There's nothing that like looks out of place. Like for example, Last Epoch has a, well, objectively I would say like they have like better graphics, but I think their style is a bit more messy. Like in Ellie, you sometimes have like assets where you're like, wait, this belongs here? It looks like it doesn't belong here, right? But in Grim Dawn, I don't think I've seen like a single asset that looks like that. Like it all like fits well together. Ellie, it looks like plastic. I mean, Last Epoch is a great RPG in my opinion as well, like for different reasons, but like, it's also like a fun game. But Grim Dawn is still the GOAT for me, that's for sure. At least for me personally. Okay, let's just go back and sell and stop playing Tetris. Thanks for the tips and guides. Hey, you're welcome. Hopefully most of them are still like, I mean, yeah, all of the basic stuff is still relevant for sure. Some of the like build guides obviously are a bit dated by now, but otherwise the game's like core mechanics obviously haven't changed at all. New gloves, that's a good upgrade. These have like high resistances, also like some lightning damage, even a lightning proc, that's kind of cool. I mean, these procs aren't like insane, but they can be like decent. I should also play this metal, probably, because CC resistances are kind of nice to have, I think. Not a must play, but well, if you're able to defeat the pit bosses at least, you should play this, I think.
Be safe out there.
Okay. Don't forget to always reapply your movement augment. Last Epoch effects, movement, graphics remind you a lot of Dawn of War 3, not in a good way. Oh my god, Dawn of War 3, that game was... That game was a game. Like, all they fucking had to do was like basically literally remaster like Dawn of War 1, right? With maybe some elements from Dawn of War 2 that aren't like complete shit, and that would have been like the best Dawn of War 3 ever, but instead we got like some weird ass, like a really weird game, I don't know. To be fair, I actually, like this is no joke, I actually liked 1v1s in Dawn of War 3 more than in Dawn of War 2. Because it kind of felt, well, a lot more like traditional like StarCraft in a way. Like in a certain way at least. And I like that more than Dawn of War 2 style. It still was shit compared to Dawn of War 1, but... yeah, I guess you can tell I'm not the biggest Dawn of War 2 fan either. I think, I mean, Dawn of War 2 has the best campaign, like the best like single player experience, I think. Like Dawn of War 2 campaign was insane. But multiplayer in that game was... I don't know. I just don't think Dawn of War 2 was a good RTS. It was some like, it was a very interesting tactic shooter, or like tactic strategy game. But like not a actual RTS. Dawn of War 3 was too cartoonish as well. Yeah, for sure. That's true. You couldn't make out the unit steering engagement. I mean, I would partially say skill issue to that, personally, but I do get what you mean. It was not, like, the game was just not good in general. Dawn of War 2 felt like a Company of Heroes mod. I mean, it basically was that, right? Like, Dawn of War 2 was literally Companies of Heroes 2 with like, I don't know, stuff on top. Like Warhammer skin on top of Companies of Heroes 2, basically. Do I play any Total War games? I do not own any Total War games, so no. I would play some Total War games, actually, I think. If they were cheaper to buy. That's like the first prerequisite. And if I would have like the time to play them, I feel like. I don't know, like, I have watched like videos about Total War and it looked interesting to me. And I know, like, especially the Warhammer games are like really good, apparently. I mean, many of the Total War games are pretty good, apparently. And I guess I could like grab like some cheap old Total War game, like Rome maybe or something like that. But I don't know. For some reason, I always miss like base building, those kind of games a bit. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just like StarCraft brained. Like any game that doesn't feel a little bit like Warcraft or StarCraft, or like Stronghold Crusader, or Age of Empires, or even like Cossacks, is just like, just feels like a stripped down RTS to me. And Total War in a way maybe feels like that to me as well, or like would feel like that to me as well if I played it. Oh shit, 8 devotion points. What the fuck am I doing? I'm like wasting XP on my devotions like crazy right now. Whoops, I should have had like all of these already. Actually, I should probably start with... No, it doesn't really matter. Actually, yeah, it does matter. Oh, I can't use any of the wind level stuff for this, that's interesting. And then this... And now what? Cossacks was definitely a lot of fun. Hey, somebody in chat that knows Cossacks. I feel like nobody knows that game. It's a great game actually, it's insane even. Like for the time I think it was really nice. It's maybe like a little bit unfortunate that Cossacks 3... Actually, I mean, Cossacks 3 was at least a lot better than Dawn of War 3, because Cossacks 3 was actually just basically Cossacks 1, just remastered, which is what Dawn of War 3 should have been as well. But it was also like kind of buggy. At first at least. I think eventually they fixed most of the issues, but... Currently trying your Pierce Cadence Protection. Will it rock faster with dual pistols instead of two-handed gun? Yes, but Cadence only hits with one weapon, so... And there's like no pistol for Cadence until like I think level... Like until like some legendary endgame weapons basically. So... I think you have to play the crossbow that I was playing my playthrough. Or maybe like messenger gun is also fine. I think all the other weapons are just like worse. Oh, I have actually... Oh yeah, Northgard. I have lots of hours in Northgard actually. I bought Northgard when it was like still in early access. I mean, okay, lots of hours. I have like 150 hours in Northgard. It's fun though, yeah. It reminds me like a lot of like the Settler series. I like Northgard a lot actually. It's a very cool game. They kind of went crazy with all the DLCs at some point. There were like so many like clans that you can like buy DLCs for. I bought like some of them at some point when they were like on sale. To, like try them out and like get some new story maybe, but then like I don't know. Some also didn't have any story and was like, yeah. Kind of like DLC overload at some point. But I mean, they're not like must-have DLCs, right? It's just like another faction, and if you don't want to play the faction, you don't have to like buy the DLC. So it's kind of fair, I think. And you can like play in games where you play against that faction, at least like in multiplayer games. So I think it's totally fair. You prefer that to zero updates? Oh yeah, same, for sure. I mean, for people that play the game a lot, it's like still, I think, like worth the money. For people that didn't play as much, like me, like 150 hours, I mean, it's a decent amount, but not like insane, right? Like getting all the DLCs would have not been worth it for me, and that's also why I didn't get all of them. I'm not gonna do all content on this character. I'm gonna do all content in normal difficulty, and that's it for now. And then maybe later I'll revisit this character and like add a second class, and then like do everything that you should do on Ultimate on like a fresh start character as well. But for now, I'll just stick to normal only, and yeah, because I want to do like a couple of runs on different classes and like different skills, just to like have a good idea. Or, well, I mean, I have a decent idea, because I've played the game a lot, of course, but like, not only have an idea, but also like actually play that idea, so that I know like what I'm talking about when I make a video about like how to level like certain characters in like when the expansion comes out, right, in 2025. Waldrock, don't get hit by the slam, he can hurt, right, he can hurt. Every attack where he puts the weapon over his head and like does a more like big slam attack, all of those attacks will hurt. The third and most serious seemed to be crap. Dungeon Siege 3 broke your brain with badness. I've never played Dungeon Siege actually, like none of them. But it is a game that has been mentioned in my chat quite a lot as well. So I guess it must be worth mentioning at least. Okay, more devotions? No, not yet. Okay. If Games Workshop had taken all game creators who made bad Warhammer games, they wouldn't leave the court at all in the next 50 years. Dude, there's so many bad like Warhammer games, like it's insane. There's at least some good ones now, not just Dawn of War 1 and like in the past it was even worse, I feel like nowadays you have like the Space Marine games, like Space Marine 1 and 2 is pretty good. It's not my kind of game, but it's at least pretty good. The armor buff is so nice. Your Corba Trickster got from 2400 armor to 3000 armor. Holy. How much physical resistance did it lose though? Because it definitely lost some of that physical resistance, if it's a Nightblade. Decaying of decay, yeah, it sure is decaying. They should make like a green item called like Decay Blade or something like that, and it's like the decaying decay blade of decay. That would be funny. Fuck, I wanted to stop after like flipping what's his face? Like the troll, right? What am I doing? I guess the game is just too good. I just keep on playing, I'm in the flow. Can't stop. New weapon, Darkane. Decaying Darkane of Decay, yeah. The Cane. Alright, let's leave a portal here. Did they buff this component too? I feel like they like buffed some of these like component abilities a bit. I mean, I know they buffed some of them. I'm not sure if they buffed this one specifically, the Ember. But they might have actually. It feels like a very nice filler right now, not gonna lie. Like it feels actually worth using, which it kinda didn't in the past. Hey, this one was so bad in the past, it was unreal. Alright then, let's go back to the portal. It's not too bad, okay. And you might still take more damage against like big hits later on. Or like, well, against like Ravager and so on. I guess it's like one of the ways how Zentai wants to buff the Celestials by making visitors even harder to get and armor easier to get and so on and so on. She miss? I think she just missed. Or maybe my DA is too high. I have like 88% chance to get it only. It's like 12% dodge chance basically. Which is decent for this level. Oh, what the hell? Once again, we go back and sell. Which you kind of have to do a lot in the early game, I feel like. Did I get the poison? I did not get a poison yet, did I? So we have to do like a slight detour here, kill some more manticores. Still no poison. Still no poison. There we go. Shade Basin. I gotta find the cave not marked on the map. It's like 2 different caves here. One marked, one unmarked. And why this one? Because Briarthorn, no, Bloodbriar rather, spawns in this one, not in the other one. Alright, cool. The Gloom Weaver. So many items. Why is there so many items? I think I'm gonna make a mod where literally I cut in half all items that drop. At least, like at the very least, like the trashy green items. Maybe even all of them. And I'm gonna like do a run on that mod maybe. I kinda wanna try it, how it feels. I was like so many fucking items in this game that drop. And so many of them are trash as well. Like just bad. Like the monster frequencies obviously aren't bad. Because you can actually like build around them, but the other greens are just... they're pretty fucking bad. Except for certain slots, but I mean for those certain slots you could also be using blues or like faction items most of the time. Or just like buy items from the vendor as well actually. As you do like at the start of Act 1 sometimes. So, I mean you can do that at any point later as well, like there's still vendors, you can still buy like items from vendors, but you never ever do that because, well, you're swimming in items anyway, right? And I know they like reduced the drop chance like once. But... would need some more iron bit drops then maybe? Maybe. Like I already like went twice to sell here, right? Went back twice to sell already, in pretty much the same map. Which is okay. I mean, it's partly because I'm like still storing all of this crap in my bag, not my stash. Should put this in stash. In your shared stash, ideally, if you're like actually serious about like keeping that stuff. At least in hardcore, but yeah. Early game like bags are also like just small. Forgotten Gods gives you like no other bag, does it? Has Forgotten Gods not a single like bag quest? That's kind of weird. Legendary start to drop at level 50. Yes, that's correct. Aegis Warlord, Weapon Connie. This is not an Aegis Warlord, but what about Aegis Warlord? Is Aegis Warlord a viable build? And Octavius Warlord is definitely viable, yeah. Yes. I would say Aegis is not the best for leveling though. I mean, it's okay, but I couldn't get myself to like do an actual pure Aegis leveling playthrough so far, I think. Maybe we should try it again. Like, I think it got buffed a bit this patch, so could try it. Yo, see you around, Benji. Have a good one. Thanks for watching. You might need more iron bits, yeah. If you do like half the green items mod, but maybe not. You get so much iron bits as well in this game. Maybe not. But probably yes. Probably yes. These new Grobels look pretty sick. Not gonna lie. Like triangles at least. And these two component skills are actually really good now. Like this Ember is... I mean, obviously not quite as good as like a invested skill, of course, but it's very solid. Very solid. Let's hand in the quests and Pine Barrens and like all the others as well. And I think I'm gonna stop here at Homestead then. This is like a decent checkpoint to stop at, and then like next time we do like Homestead to Necropolis and like Act 5 and 6 as well. Like 4, 5, 6 basically. And like a bit of Act 3. Let's do like... let's clean up all the other quests though. So we don't have to like backtrack anywhere next time. She is done. Are these done too? These are done too, I think. Done and done. Oh, I stored my royal jelly. Oh well. Let's go here. Maybe I also run SOT real quick. Like not the actual dungeon, but like up to the gate. to get rid of this quest.
So how?
Be like a bit like extra completionist here this time around. To like clean up another quest. This one is very optional, you don't have to do this one. But I do have to say that it is nice to get another devotion point. There is a devotion point down in the Steps of Torment. That is nice to have. Just keep in mind to like recast your Wind Devils whenever you level them, right? Alright, there's a shrine in here. At the other end of this corridor. Oh, right. There was another bag we got, like, from one of the quests that I just never completed earlier, right? Right, it was, I think, like, one of the... Hey, which quest was it? Was it the one with the girl in the Mountain Deeps? Maybe. Or was it, like, one at Arcovian Foothills, actually? Don't quite remember. Otherwise, I could have, like, saved myself some time doing those, like, handing in that quest earlier. That was unnecessarily stupid. It is finished. Just like the stream, this quest has been finished. So yeah, I'm gonna say thank you so much for watching, everybody here. And I'll see you around on the next episode of this Castle Shaman.